Welcome everybody. It is Kira here. It's been a week, you guys. I gotta say, it's been a rough one for human rights this week. So, um, with the future kind of laid out for us, and basically autonomy being taken away from women. So having a time with that, and I'm happy to talk about it with any of you who might want to talk about it or have any questions in regards to um, that topic. And in awesome news, I have a special guest with me today. Woo! Now, you have seen her in such videos as Make It Your Lifestyle, workouts for exercises for the office, and what was the other one I said that we showed the other week? Runner's Delight, comfy fitness videos, the one, the only, my business partner for nearly 15 years, Miss Carrie Drapac. Woo! Here she comes, gliding in. I know. The getting up and moving around in this space is real rough, which is it's one of two main reasons. Oh, careful. It's one of two main reasons that I've wanted to start twitching from home, because I really did. Like, Redeemer, we've had this conversation, and what's up, Redeemer? I'm glad you're here. We've had the conversation about like what it is I wanted to do when I was actually initially excited by the idea of streaming, right? And that is, what are you doing? You weirdo.
I'm just catching up. I've never done this kind of thing before in this what do you call it, in the virtual sphere. So I'm reading the thing, and then it's delayed from you're having conversation because you've already read it, but now I'm just getting.
Now you're just catching up.
They said, "Nice to meet you. Hello there." So then I waved, and then I realized I waved as if I was waving at your baby.
Yeah, no, that's exactly how you were waving.
That's what
I'm used to doing.
I'm like, "Hi, Ari."
Yeah. Yeah, so a co-reactor, says Redeemer. Yeah, so Redeemer, you and I were having a conversation where I had said, and I don't think I was clear about the way I was communicating it, but I had said, I came on to be a streamer because I had all these like great ideas of what I wanted to do, and where my passions really lie is inside of the world of movement and moving my body. I love dancing. I love laughing. I love doing really weird shit. I like choreography. So I love taking direction and trying to match people. Like, I just love all of that stuff so much. And because I teach a lot of movement practices, and a lot of them are geared toward relaxing the system and relaxing the body, I wanted to also take this opportunity to share those sorts of things with folks, but not to be a total complainer about things. But this space doesn't really give a lot. I think Twitch is a great venue for that kind of stuff, because I feel like I've gotten a really great response from the things that I've done related to movement and dancing, and you're listening to new original music from Chicago artists, and moving to that. All of that's been really, really great. I just that's more of what I want to play around in. And so I just need more space so that I have more options, is the way that I see it. Plus I kind of want to stream more too, which is also why I wanted to be at my house, because it just gives me more opportunities to let me throw the
just
computer
hop on. Yeah.
Right? I'm here, I want to talk about something. Why don't I just get on Twitch?
Yeah.
And talk about it? It's just Twitch is just such an incredible opportunity to do so many things, especially when you're a business owner, and especially when you love people and you want to share things with people. So that's kind of what we're moving toward. Oh, it was rude of me that I didn't realize you were introducing it. No, it wasn't. You were super excited for my show. That's not rude. I got 10 videos on the chopping block. I saw them. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to find a quick like little dance number because I've been kind of pissed off all day at my brother. And so I'm going to find a dance number for us all. And we're going to do a dance, a quick dance.
Ooh, you know what we should dance to?
What? Can we, is there going to be fucking...
it's a video. People are going to love this. People are going to love this, but I have to remember what... So you talk while I try to...
Yeah, a video is okay, but we have to be careful about royalties.
Oh,
it's got to be...
I don't think these people care.
Okay.
I think they're just like, the more publicity, the better.
Okay, yeah, that's how most original artists are that aren't backed by big companies.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I got one too. Alfair says, yeah, go ahead. Post them up. Redeemer, I have all of yours on queue over here.
I'll be back. I know how to find it.
The longer she can scream. I think I'm going to stream for a while tonight, you guys, because I have a lot of energy to get off of me. And I'm depending on you. You guys are like my fucking like Friday night community. Like when the week has been so ridiculous and stressful. This is such a fun and easygoing place to be. So I appreciate all of you so very, 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 very much. Like one day I want to have you react to the Madness Combat series. Cool. Maybe you're feeling mentally suicidal. I'll have to try to watch the entirety of Ace Attorney. 7 hours long. Can I provide the dance music? Yeah, put it up. Post it up, Redeemer. Oh, and
I've also got
Okay, cool. We'll play both.
It's perfect for your state today.
Oh, and it's good for my state.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So it's to be found at I'mPissed.net.
Yeah, I'mPissed.net. Oh, Redeemer says, likewise, Kira. I look forward to this day every week. Okay, Redeemer, throw your thingy in the chat. Your music that is not going to get us in trouble. And then also, Carrie, what is yours and is it on YouTube?
Go to I'mPissed.net.
I'mPissed.net. Oh,
Yeah, you're going to love it.
I thought it was
I hope it still exists.
I thought it was the YouTube.
Yeah, this is it.
Maybe the YouTube channel. Hold on. I got to share this with everybody. Hold on. Sorry. So I'mPissed.net.
Yep. See, his face is the letter C.
Oh my God. About me. I spent 25 days at the St. Louis Zoo. During this time, I noticed that the animals had a secret. Can you see it? I'll teach you. Oh my God. Oh. I replicated their movements, and all of a sudden, I was able to manage my father's anger and expectation. Look how happy he is.
I know.
Look at how happy he is. Oh. Instead of going to college, I started teaching classes. I've always been an intense guy. So I wanted my classes to mirror my internal conflict with my dad. Everybody's in a wife beater. You have to look at his face. I love this guy. Fucking love this guy. Meet the staff. Yes. Lisa and Herb. Is this the song? I'm pissed?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then Redeemer put their song over. The actual song is nearly 10 minutes from what I know. So it'll be a very, very short version for the sake of convenience. Yep. I don't think I've ever seen a woman in a wife beater before. Really?
Really?
I used to, Redeemer.
I used to wear one all the time.
I was going to say, well.
I loved them.
When we were, because we're old millennials.
Yeah. We used to not be considered millennials a few years back. It was just like, oh no, you're a gap generation.
Yeah, we're the Xenials.
They just lumped us with millennials.
Yeah, which I'm proud to be a millennial, but I don't think I'm actually a millennial because the first part of my life was without internet. And,
that's what that like gap generation is the people that grew up with like the first half of their adolescence. Like no
I got
internet,
to 19 before I had a cell phone.
No personal computer. Yeah, I didn't have a cell phone until I was 22. 21.
Yep.
I think when I graduate.
Yeah.
I don't know. However you are when you get out of college.
Yeah, so Redeemer, when we were in high school, wife beaters were the rage.
They were.
Like that's what we wore
well, we
all
were talking
the time.
about Avril Lavigne earlier.
Mhm.
She
Totally.
Yeah, made the wife
She was a
beater.
gamer girl. She said, yeah, like the redo of that, except gamer girl, which
You're
I
not
love
millennials, you're
the millennium.
a millennium.
That sounds funner.
That sounds like a package of some sort of tasty treat.
It does. That's what I
Like
think. That sounds more fun. I'm in the same position. I'm barely a Zoomer.
Ah.
What is so you're like, so what you're saying, Redeemers, you're on the edge of what, millennial and then Zoomer?
And Gen Z.
Or is there
Well,
Gen Z
Z is
and
the
then
same as the
Zoomer?
Zoomer.
I think so.
Do they like the Zoomer's just the newer name?
Clear us up on this one.
I don't know.
Yeah. Gen Z. I thought the Gen Z and the Zoomers were the same, but I,
thought
could
they were
be
the
wrong.
same too.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think so.
Yep. It's nice to be the senior
Born in
millennials.
2000.
In the year 2000. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's the year I graduated high school.
That's the year before I graduated high school. Yeah.
Now you know the Z is short for Zoomers. I love the Zoomers. I gotta say, I have so much hope.
They're gonna be. It's like the Gen Redeemers.
Oh God, I can't wait till the Zoomers start being our age. But I can, because then we're gonna be the old fogies. But still, I just have this new generation fucking gives me so much life. I'm so excited about it. Any Hoosier, let's go ahead and here. If you want to hear the music, you got to listen through those.
Okay.
Oh, and then
are we getting up to move?
Yeah, hell yeah. We're gonna move the chairs. Redeemer, I'm gonna throw
I'm in there with my friends all the time, my roommates, and she was like, "Are you guys the ones that like sing and dance in the aisle?"
Yeah, that's us. Yeah, you can't stop me from singing and dancing. I'm positive I've annoyed the shit out of some people. Also, the reason the version of the song is so short is because it's a meme of it, in case you were wondering. I was going to say something, but since I'm currently basically being bullied at work, I'm going to refrain. I'm sorry. It might surprise you to know that I have danced incredibly minimally despite having ample opportunity to. Is that something you want to change, Redeemer? The best I do, and do quite a lot in motion as if it was a part of the animation based off the song, because I feel like acting it out is, I don't know, it feels right. Like you're making into reality what you wish you could see made for the song. I love
cool.
that.
Yeah,
that's
a
really
cool
fun. Very cool, very cool. Okay, let's minimize this little pahina here. And we go over to the other thingy here. Browser. One of my clients who is a boomer was talking about dealing with people in the workplace older than she is. And she's like, so here I am showing people how to use Zoom. I was like, welcome to my world. But yeah, I was just like, this thingy over here, it's called a browser. Yeah. And the reason I thought of her is because she like was trying to be like, well, you want to open a different browser, and they're like, what's a browser?
My mom does not understand the concept of a browser. I've told her so many times.
It's the place you go to ask the questions.
Yeah. She doesn't get the difference between like a now I'm gonna mess it up, but like a browser and a search engine.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where I was like,
right,
no,
right.
You can't just go straight to Google on her phone.
Oh, yeah,
an iPhone, like you have to
Chrome.
open Safari.
So even I was wrong in my
and then
what
she's
I
like,
defined it as, but yeah,
she doesn't get that one is
Safari,
like
Firefox,
the other.
Yeah, totally. I guess that'd be really hard to like really conceptualize. All right, so this one is very, very short, and that's okay. We will be taking dance breaks later. Redeemer, I think I saw some song numbers on yours because you usually put in some animated songs. Confirm that for me because we'll want music later also, just a little hinty boodle. All right, so
Redeemer of Dark, that's called an ecstatic dance class.
Redeemer of Dark. Oh, for what they're talking about?
Yeah.
There's such a thing does exist in my town. It does exist. My town doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Maybe you should start it.
Yeah.
I think that there's a need.
Dance practice.
I think I hear a need.
Usually, like the rules of ecstatic dance are no shoes, no booze, no talking. And I love the no talking aspect because it's like it's not supposed to be a social thing.
I hate dancing as if I'm supposed to be connecting with somebody else.
Yeah, and that's part of it too. Is like it cuts out that like dance. Yeah, it like you can get into really like sticky relational stuff.
That's true,
obviously, right? Because it's like
something I don't
but
think
you're
about
in your
all
bodies
that often.
and not verbal, and so it can get really weird and uncomfortable, or it can be really amazing. But
I love watching other people's movements and like if they're being funny, laughing, or if they're doing something that's very measured, trying it on myself, that kind of thing. But it's like I get into dance situations with people who are maybe a little uncomfortable in the world of dance and they want to have a conversation with me while we're dancing. And I'm just like, oh, that doesn't work for me. Like I need to be flinging my head around and like
I want to be in the experience.
Yeah. So that doesn't work for me to talk and dance because like I take both of them very seriously. None that are animated. Honestly, the ones I've shared unfortunately don't mesh well with dancing due to the whole paying attention thing, but I can try to provide dance music later too. Yeah, you oughta. I think you should. Let's hear what you've shared with us at this juncture.
It's past your bedtime.
Okay, I kind of want to see this whole thing now. Damn it, Redeemer. You can't give me this taste and not share the whole thing. Oh, we're not showing the video. That seemed epic to me. I don't know about anybody else.
It reminded me of one of my brothers really likes Dragon Force. Sorry, I just think that people can hear me. They reminded me of Dragon Force a bit.
Yeah. It's
I
very.
don't know what you consider that. Math metal? Something like that.
Aren't I such a tease? No, I just like epic. I love epic shit, right? That's why I think I love like the 80s music videos so much and the songs like the White Snake and Journey, where it was like, and it was all so serious and so like over the top, passionate.
It's like soap opera.
Yeah, exactly. That is the stuff I'm into. Let's hydrate. Woo. Oh, but it's neither. Yeah, Alfaro says, I feel like that's how my music is too, where I have music I really enjoy, but it's not really dance music so much as it's music I either just like to sing to, or like have in the background or be sad to, because I enjoy evoking sadness in myself, because I don't know, I like the feeling of being sad.
Jamiroquai is like the best dance music.
Jamiroquai is
It just makes you happy.
All right. So I'm really curious about this.
Oh,
So this was the first video requested for the evening by Redeemer of Dark. Thank you. It is called The Crickets Have Arthritis. I have no idea what this is about. It's from somebody named Fox Buyer. You should subscribe to him. This has 531,000 views. Wow, and he's only got 743 subscribers. So this must be something very special.
Yeah.
So you know how you just mentioned liking sad things? Yeah. You guys know me. You guys know I love to cry. I'm an easy cry. I'm a Cancer moon. What do you want from me?
I was thinking about that just the other day.
Yeah.
You being a Cancer moon, that it makes sense, but it still, there was a part of me that was surprised initially, and then I was like, wait, no, that's pretty accurate. I'm getting attacked by the microphone.
Get off my face. Yeah, no, I'm a Cancer moon, and I really I think I'm totally. I wear like my emotions on my sleeve. I'm like, yeah, you want me to cry? I'll cry. You want me to laugh? I'll laugh. Right there. It's always there. Okay, here we go ski. So the crickets have arthritis. Let's hit it. Sometimes it plays automatically and sometimes not.
It doesn't matter why I was there, where the air is sterile and the sheets sting. Doesn't matter that I was hooked up to this thing that buzzed and beeped every time my heart leaped, like a man whose fate tells him God's hands are big enough to catch an airplane or a world. Doesn't matter that I was curled up like a fist protesting death, or that every breath was either hard labor or hard time, or that I'm either always too hot or too cold. Doesn't matter because my hospital roommate wears Star Wars pajamas, and he's 9 years old. His name is Lewis, and I don't have to ask what he's got. The bald head with the skin and bones frame speaks volumes. The Game Boy and the feather pillow booms like they're trying to make him feel at home because he's gonna be here a while. I manage to smile the first time I see him, and it feels like the biggest lie I've ever told. So I hold my breath, because I'm thinking any minute now he's gonna call me on it. I hold my breath because I'm scared of a 57-pound boy hooked up to a machine because he's been watching me and maybe I got him pegged all wrong, like maybe he's bionic or some shit. So I look away. Like I just made eye contact with a gang member who's got a rap sheet the length of a lecture on dumb mistakes politicians have made. I look away like he's gonna give me my life back the moment I got something to trade. I damn near pull out my pack and say, cigarette. But my fear subsides in the moment I realize Lewis is all show and tell. He's got everything from a shotgun shell to a crow's foot, and he can put them all in context, like, see this from a shooting range and see this from a weird girl. I watch his hands curl around a cufflink and a tie tack and realize that every knick-knack is a treasure and every treasure's got a story, and every time I think I can't handle more, he hits me with another story. He says, see this from my father, see this from my brother, see this from that weird girl, see this from my mother. Took me about 2 days to figure out that that weird girl is his sister. Took him about 2 hours today after she left for him to figure out he missed her. They visit every day and stay well past visiting hours because for them that term doesn't apply. But when they do leave, Lewis and I are left alone. And he says the worst part about being sick is that you get all the free ice cream you ask for. And he says the worst part about that is realizing that there's nothing more they can do for you. He says ice cream can't make everything okay. And there's no easy way of asking, and I already know what he's gonna say, but maybe he just needs to say it, so I ask him anyway, are you scared? Lewis doesn't even lower his voice when he says, fuck yeah. I listened to a 9-year-old boy say the word fuck. Like he was a 30-year-old man with a nosebleed being lowered into a shark tank, he's gonna write to it. And if it takes this kid a curse word to help him get through it, then I want to teach him to swear like the devil's sitting there taking notes with a pen and a pad. But before I can forget that Lewis is 9 years old, he says, please don't tell my dad. He asks me if I believe in angels. And before I realize I don't have the heart to tell him, I tell him not lately. And I just lay there waiting for him to hate me. But he doesn't know how to, so he never does. Lewis loves like a man who lived in a time before God gave religion to men and left it to them to figure out what hate was. He never greets me with silence, only smiles, and a patience I've never seen in someone who knows they're dying, and I'm trying so hard not to remind him I'll be out of here in a couple days smoking cigarettes and taking my life for granted. And he'll still be planted in this bed like a flower that refuses to grow. I've been with him for 5 days, and all I really know is Lewis loves to pull feathers out of his pillow and watch them float to the ground. Almost as if he's the philosopher inside of the scientist, ready to say it's gravity that's been getting us down. But the truth is, there's not enough miracles to go around, kid. And there's too many people petitioning God for the winning lotto ticket. And for every answered prayer, there's a cricket with arthritis. And the only reason we can't find answers is because the search party didn't invite us. And Lewis, right now, the crickets have arthritis. So there's no music. No symphony of nature swelling to crescendos as if we've been halos into melodies that can keep rhythm with the way our hearts beat. So we must meet silence with the same level of noise that the parents of dying 9-year-old boys make when they take liberties in talking with heaven. We must shout until we shatter in our own vibrations, then let our lives echo and grow distant. Grow distant enough to know that as far as our efforts go, we don't always get a reply. But I swear to whatever God I can find in the time I have left, I'm gonna remember you, kid. I'm gonna tell your story as often as every story you told me, and every time I tell it, I'll say, see? There's bravery in this world. There's 6.5 billion people curled up like fists protesting death. But every breath we breathe has to be given back. A 9-year-old boy taught me that. So hold your breath. The same way you'd hold a pen when writing thank you letters on your skin to every tree that gave you that breath to hold. Then let it go. As if you understand something about getting old and having to give back, let it go like a laugh attack in the middle of really good sex. The black eye will be worth it. Because what is your night worth without a story to tell? And why wield a word like worth if you've got nothing to sell? People drop pennies down a wishing well as if the cost of a desire is equal to that of a thought. But if you've got expectations, expect others have bought your exact same dream for the price of the hard work, hang in, hold on mentality. Like I accept any challenge, so challenge me. Like I brought a knife to this gunfight, but the other night I mugged a mountain, so bring that shit. I've had practice. Lewis and I cracked this world wide open, found the prize inside as we never lied to ourselves. Never told ourselves it would be easy or undemanding. So we sing in our own vibration and dare angels to eavesdrop and stop mid-flight to pluck feathers from their wings and write demands that God's hands take the time to catch you. So that even if God doesn't, it wasn't because we didn't try. I don't often believe in angels. But on the day I left, Lewis pulled a feather from his pillow and said, "This is for you." I half expected him to say, "See, this is the first one I grew."
Ah. Yeah. Let's see. I missed a lot over here. Huh?
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
It's just not by them. They just shared it. Maybe made the visuals for it. Hold on, I was drinking inside something that made me laugh. Oh God. Save this link for later. When you open it, go back to the beginning of the video, since I can't get it to cooperate with me. Okay, cool. Got it. Sounds good. The UN is trying to ban anime again. Let's not bring VS World News into this, please. VS, not that it's stupid. I'm not calling you a liar. I'm not shitting you. It's the third time, I think. I haven't heard anything about that, Alpharisis. Redeemer doesn't want to talk about world events. Yeah, this week's been a tough week for just national events, and I don't know about this anime event, but this whole banning things, man, we got just fucking stop for real. The stream is an excuse to enjoy our time together, not complaining about everything. Well, I mean, we can complain too. Yeah, let's not ruin the poetic sadness with real sadness. I'd hardly call it sad. It's stupid. It's just bad as violence in video game shit. Yeah, well, Tipper Gore, come on, get out of here. Was it Tipper Gore that did the whole expletives thing?
Yeah, and all the CDs had to have
all the markings
explicit
to
content,
say this is cuss words in it.
Yeah.
A good that was beautiful. Well, and I also there's a lot of things about death that I've been contemplating a lot recently, and there's a lot of mention of obviously death, but just this idea of whether or not there's a God or angels and any of that. It's I do get envious of the folks who feel a level of security with an afterlife. That's all. There's I have envy for that because I don't actually believe that exists.
But what do you consider an afterlife?
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's at the end, for me, I think that people believe, and maybe I just have it wrong. I think there are people that believe that their ego, their person, becomes somebody that elevates up to or over to or through to, an infinite life, an infinite life of maybe ease and whatever.
Yeah.
And I wish I had that imagination.
We got a newcomer.
What up, Jagaza?
Jagiza? I don't know how you say that.
I'd say Jagaza. Jagaza. Got a clip from movies, but movies are spicy. Movies are probably copyrighted. Sorry, my computer died for a few seconds. Nah, you didn't miss anything. All right. So there was a request on the table from me to Carrie here for a practice because, okay, so just full disclosure for everybody out there. I got in a really pretty serious fight with my brother online today. And I basically like unleashed a lot of things, just through language, right? That I'd been holding on to for a really long time.
Not through gifts.
Not through gifts, through language, not through violence, not through, anything like that, right? But just like what I think about about his beliefs and all of that. And man, it was just a lot on my system. And so one of the things that we do in our business together is we do movement practices that help people release tension that's being held in their bodies from a variety of things. Like we all hold tension in our body subconsciously, whether we want to admit to it or not, right? Anything that's incomplete for you in life is being held as tension in your body right now. So any assignments that or things that you've promised that are undone are being held as tension right now in your body. Any conflict you're having with somebody in your life that's not complete is being held right now as tension in your body. Any imagined sort of fear that you have about maybe something coming up or maybe not something coming up, just something out in the world is being held as tension in your body. Depression, anxiety, all is being held as some form of tension in your body. So these practices are really good for releasing that stored tension so that tension over time doesn't create chronic illness. Because you guys, I'm sure you've heard that whole like cliche thing. And I don't know if this statistic's actually real, but I can actually like see how the roots of that statistic has come to be, which is that 90% of all illness roots from stress. So what we do is we help people de-stress, because you can't de-stress, you can't think your way out of stress. You can't think your way out of trauma, right? What you have to release things at a body level, at a cellular level, to actually be wholly releasing things, right? So Carrie is going to take me through a practice called tremoring that I personally really enjoy. And Carrie, I don't know if you want to go from like introductory exercise. I don't know how you want to do it, like in case anybody here wants to follow along, because there's no equipment needed. There's barely any space needed. Yeah, Venus Blue, I brought my business partner and we're about to do some crazy shit.
Hey.
So I hope that you actually join along, you guys. I want to get caught up on the chat before we get into it, because I want to make sure I'm responsible there. Because we may not, like, Carrie, you'll be the responsible party for making sure that like the chat is kept up with. If people have questions or like, why are you doing that or whatever, that you're there. Redeemer says, I mean, you can have it. Let me make sure there's not something I'm missing. Jessica says, hell, I'm sorry for, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. And Pharisis says, I think that's already long, not getting us in problems. A bit over 4 minutes, that's already long. All right, and Redeemer says, I mean, you can have a sense of security in there being no afterlife. I used to be deathly terrified of it. I might still be in the future, but really, what's the point of being scared of the inability to be scared? If anything, we can at least take comfort in that our bodies can help grow the bodies of things that we may never see. That in our crumbling and rotting hands, new life will sprout, and that in a way we will become God in death, just as we were God in life, just that it's exclusively in the ability to support and create life rather than just being able to create whatever we want, whenever we want. Sometimes when I think about it, I think like, well, there was a time when I wasn't born yet, and that doesn't feel scary. So obviously it's going to be the same as that. I learned that from a South Park episode.
Yeah, it's like a return from the soup from which we came.
Yeah, it was actually a South Park episode where I think it was Stan was coaching a little hockey league, and the little kids in South Park are so cute. But he was teaching a little hockey league, and one of the hockey players got cancer, and Stan asked him if he is afraid to die, and he said, well, I just assume it's, kind of like before I was born.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, sometimes in the rare like instance, like I don't really deal with a lot of anxiety, but every once in a while I'll wake up in the middle of the night or whatnot and have like a bunch of energy running through my body, like especially if it's a full moon or something like that. And every once in a while that will like register as anxiety, or if I wake up from a nightmare. And then I've just started sometimes just imagining the Grim Reaper is spooning me. And then it's like I can just relax back into the idea that like ultimately I belong and ultimately I have like this great expanse to rest into that is like much, yeah, like something much larger than me that I belong to. And it's like, yeah, why can't death be a thing that we're all gonna just, yeah, we're all returning to it. So it's like, you know, it's like the open arms of like, you know, your family, or like, you know, the prodigal son returning home and being welcomed. It's like death is always there to welcome you no matter what you did in life.
Yeah.
And so it's actually like become comforting in this way. I can like get back to sleep, which is nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had clients like, you know, clients ask like, when does this end? You know, and I'm like, when you
When
die?
you're dead.
You know, so it's like even in like, and I say that like sort of half in jest and then half like in truth, right? Because it's funny because it's true, right? But when I do use that answer, when people ask like, when does all this like emotional baggage like come to an end, come to a close finally? It's when you die. And like that is when you get to find like that peace, you know? And so that realization is, I guess in some ways comforting. Like if I allow it in, it can be comforting, right? And then Kiala 890, you're new in our stream. Well, we are talking about the delightful topic of death right now. And are we fearful of death? Not fearful of death. Venus Blue says, nice, going to start like financing some sick deals on stream. Start like financing some sick deals on stream. I don't know what that means. Oh, I travel. Oh, because there's still more holy buckets. Is a vacation from your normal job with less to do, but what's left is far more important than the majority of what you lost. I missed that one. Okay, cool. Jaquisa, you know, just, you know, let us know what you think on the topic. It doesn't need anything. It doesn't ever need to be profound.
2:30 a.m. Where are you?
Yeah. 2:30 is late into the night. I don't know. Al Fair says, yeah, nope, I got nothing and I'm trying to find something good. That's 10 minutes. It's okay, Al Fair says. You don't need to search anymore. I'll play your video. I have it up here. You don't need to look anymore. It's 12 minutes long. Come on. I'll watch your 12-minute video. Don't worry. And I appreciate you being so concerned about my usual parameters on videos. I say videos not over 10 minutes. Because
yeah, it's a lot.
It's a lot,
yeah.
Right? Yeah. So, but it's not always, it's like, it's rarely painful. It's just like I don't trust myself to stay tuned in, so I just don't go there. Sup, Kira and special guest, says Chaos Reaper. What's up? When you think about your existence as a rental that life accepts from oblivion, and when you die, it's merely you getting returned, and returning home is comforting, right? Yeah. Since you said she was a business partner or something, I don't remember. I've been driving for like, yes, she's a business partner. She's a business partner, and we just got a bunch of people coming into the chat just now, but so I'll just re-announce what we were doing. We're about to do a movement practice to basically release tension. Carrie, if you want to tell them a little bit about it and what you're going to do, because I don't know fully what you're going to do just yet.
Well, I'm just going to
but-
take you through it because I can't see any of them, and so like I can't responsibly take anybody else through something when I can't see them or even hear them.
Okay.
Ooh, in Hungary, I visited Hungary once and it was wonderful. Yeah.
I've never
Where in
been to
Hungary
Hungary.
are you? I was only in Budapest, So that's
Mm.
didn't go out into the country at all. Well, it passed through some country because I took a train from Krakow to Budapest. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed Hungary. That is somewhere I would return to visit. again.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never considered Hungary.
absolutely.
Well, maybe I should do that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so yeah, so
so
let's,
anyway,
let's do
yeah,
this.
what I'm
And-
gonna
and that's not to say that you guys can't follow along and that like that you need her to be looking at you for you to get something out of it or experience this.
Yeah.
Right.
But also, I think it'll just be like, because most people haven't heard of this. So I think for most folks, it'll just be fascinating to sort of like be like, wait, the body's capable of that, just like from a voyeuristic watching what's going on in her
Yeah,
body
voyeurism's
perspective.
fun.
But basically, what this is well, I mean, we could show the YouTube video of like the Impala. This happening in an Impala. So what tremoring is it is a physiological process that all mammals have access to. So when our systems are under threat, experiencing, fight, flight, freeze, the autonomic nervous system gets a little riled up. Tension starts coming into the body. And
Do you want to talk while this video plays quietly in the background?
Well, we'll play it, and then
Okay.
I'll sort of like talk through the video as it goes.
Okay, cool.
But anyway, if that process gets interrupted, and it often does, our whole like threat response doesn't get to play out. Most of the time in modern life, it would play out more fully if we were, like in the wild still, if we were not domesticated. But it gets interrupted all the time. We don't get to play it out. And so all of the tension that naturally is needed when we're going into a fight or flight response gets trapped in the body. Also, all of the chemicals that flood the body to aid in those, they also sort of get stored in the tissue. And that's one of the ways that traumatic memory gets stored in the body. And so this process that I'm going to take Kira through, and she's, very she's tremored with me a lot of different times. It's just instigating the body's natural tremor mechanism, which is a way that mammals can release the tension naturally. So it's a mechanism that all mammalian bodies have. And just in domesticated animals, we've basically shut it off. We've forgotten that we have access to it. So we just do the practice to regain access to it and use it for stress relief, use it for, it gets used, a lot of veterans, firefighters, cops, people that are in high stress situations, they use it for PTSD. And it gets used worldwide for natural disasters, civil war, large scale. But then you can also just use it every day. Kira had a very stressful day of interpersonal conflict with her brother. And that starts building up in the system. It's like you let that fester and then just pile on top of all of the other stresses that you have in life. And then by the end of the week, you're just like, man, give me some booze or give me some drugs or whatnot, because you want to stop feeling all of that upset in the system that's gotten trapped there that needs to be released. So that's what this practice
And that's
is.
that's exactly how I feel so often, right?
Yeah.
Let me just have a bourbon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let me take this fucking edge off.
Yeah, take the edge off.
Right?
Mm-hmm. And I think one of the reasons that I have so little draw towards any sort of substance is that I tremor usually 2 to 4 times a week. So it's especially on days where I feel like there's an edge, it's okay, time to tremor.
Yeah.
Because the rest of your day is going to be a little, you're just not going to feel great.
I'm not as disciplined as you. I mean, I have all the excuses, right? Where I'm just I can't because Ariadne. And then it's just no, but you can.
Yeah, for sure.
I caught your very funny, have to have the last word, huh, Alpha? Funny. Yes, absolutely. That's true. Let's see. Don't know why that's a nasty habit of yours. Can't create smoke if there's nothing there to create, says Alferis. Vienna's dope as well. I don't know that I'm following that.
I think they're having their own little spat thing.
Oh, okay.
I think it's part. I think Alferis and Redeemer are having their own little.
Okay, so there's.
I think that's part of it.
Yeah. Well, it's Friday night. What kind of night would Friday night be if that was not happening? I never considered it. Those kinds of feelings could be so substantial and pile up like that. That might explain a few things. Yeah.
Yep.
No, 100%. And seriously, Redeemer and everybody else watching, try this out. So here's what we're gonna do.
The video.
Oh, shit nuggets. Okay, yeah.
So we'll show a video. This is happening to an animal in the wild. Because again, animals in the wild naturally go through the whole stress response cycle.
Gosh.
And it's domesticated animals, including humans, that it gets interrupted. So that's an impala
Look at that impala. It's got his whole face in that cheetah's mouth.
making out.
Oh my God, how scary, right?
So you can see like the impala is like basically seemingly lifeless because it's in a nervous system state called collapsed immobility, which is you go into fight or flight. If you can't successfully fight or flee the threat, your body will go into a freeze response, which is also there you
look
go.
at that.
So collapsed
There it goes.
immobility, all like breathing slows down, heart rate slows down. Basically, it mimics death so that it's less painful for the prey, but also it might be their last chance of possibly surviving because predators are less interested in dead meat because it could be a threat to them. It could have bacteria, toxins. So then once the system through its ears and its eyes sort of recognizes that the threat is no longer present, it starts coming out of that tonic immobility and it starts regaining breath. The blood pressure, the heart rate, all of that would start sort of coming back online, speeding up. In humans, this kind of like plays out more as like being checked out.
Look at this guy.
So this is the impala
It looks like a glitch in a video game, doesn't it? Yeah.
So it's clearing all of the stress, all of the chemicals, the actual physical tension that built up from that interaction. And we didn't even see like the run and the capture, like the video started when the impala's mouth was inside that cheetah's mouth. So we didn't even see like everything that led up to that, right? Like how much energy, how much stress was in that system, how much work and tension had to be.
And there was a wrestling probably situation,
absolutely.
Right? We've all watched Nat Geo.
Yeah.
That's what that woman in Pussy Portal calls National Geographic.
Nat Geo?
It took me a while to understand what she was talking about.
Oh, really? You've never heard Nat Geo before? Oh, okay. Yeah, I think that's how
I was like, what is she talking about? What the fuck does that mean? Oh, Nat Geo. Yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, yeah, that's what it looks like in an animal in the wild going, right? We didn't see the fight or the flight. We saw already when it was in that tonic immobility, and then to come out of that, it tremors a bit. I'm reminded of a time when I wasn't mad, but then my body started to shake, and I could feel the thermometer rise up, even though I felt calm. Though I guess it was showing on my face and sounds like in my tone, and I wasn't as calm as I started, even before I knew it was chasing someone out of my math class. Yeah, there's definitely something going on there.
Yeah, there's something that's in the system.
Yeah,
with that.
Some sort of activation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and tremoring, shaking is a natural response to excess activation, and the body starts shaking in order to try to bring the body back into homeostasis, so to get the excess out so it can come back into balance. Other ways that we do this is a big one is through crying, right? Mm-hmm. Crying is a huge, rhythmic, the belly's bouncing, the whole system is sort of like getting that excess charge out. Laughing is also a big one. And one of the reasons why humans don't naturally tremor is all of these mechanisms by which we get out excess tension have we've been taught that they're not okay, right? Like it's not okay to cry. You've got to suppress your emotions. You've got to hold it in. You've got to man up or be a big girl or whatever it is that we teach kids when they're really young. And then laughing and, screaming and running around. And also another way that we get it out as kids. And then it's nope, you got to sit in a chair for 8 hours and you get 10 minutes recess. and you get bathroom breaks only when they're allotted, not when you actually have to physically go to the bathroom.
Well, and then your declined bathroom break. So you're training your system to work on a schedule
and
instead
to hold everything in,
shit in,
right? Like
literally,
literally holding shit in,
Yeah.
holding your urine in, all of that, and and so it's just like that creates tension in the system. So so this practice is basically about getting it out and reclaiming that natural tremor mechanism that we have that is built in as basically as a neutralizing and a protective protective response to stress. So I'm going to take Kira through it because she asked. She said, "Oh, I think I'm going to need you to."
I just remember the
Take
last
me through some
conflict
tremoring
I had
later.
with my brother, which was a year and 4 months ago. I remember exactly when our last conflict was. It was in January of 2021. And I did tremoring directly after a very heavy-handed conflict. And man, I totally forgot about I forgot about the situation.
Yeah.
I remember being like, oh, wait a minute. That's right. I was in a fight with my brother and now I am not even mad.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad.
And that's what they say, right? Animals in the wild don't hold traumatic memory the way that humans do. They aren't just like, oh, a cheetah attacked me at that watering hole 2 weeks ago. I better never go back to that watering hole.
Right. And we as humans do that all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. I mean, last night I was having trouble sleeping, which is kind of rare for me. And it was weird. There were just these weird emotional memories coming up of conflict that I had, a really lame, really low level conflict that I had with a college roommate who left a ton of hair on the shower wall. And I was just in a hurry. And I was between classes, I had a shower, I had to get back to class. And we had trouble with the drain getting clogged. And I think we'd had someone from maintenance there that week. And so I was like, oh shit, if the water hits this, it's gonna it's gonna clog the drain again. So I just grabbed the glob of hair and I put it on the there was a little ledge, a soap dish ledge that came out of the wall. And I put it there and there was a bar of soap there and it was hers. And then she thought I did it on purpose to get back at her for something. And I was like,
I'm putting your hair on a soap dish, yo.
I'm putting your hair on your bar of soap to ruin your your $2 bar of soap. But anyway, she thought I had done it on purpose. And then it was that memory was coming back to me because actually she was a really good friend of we were very good friends. And then we ended up it was part of a very long, weird, very quiet falling out that we had. We kept living together for 2 more years with 2 other people, even though we
totally
didn't really. It was very strange.
I can think about weird things I did like that when I was younger.
That memory came up and I could feel it in my body. I could feel as I was remembering it, some of the emotions coming up, and then because I was confused. I was literally confused because she was accusing me of something that I didn't do, and I was just
there was nothing malicious.
I didn't, and I almost didn't get it. I didn't get why she was so upset, and because she was coming at me for it, you know, and I didn't understand that she was really had this interpretation. So I was, and as I was, and now that I have this post view of it, years later, I was like, oh, she really must have thought I was that kind of person that just did malicious thing, passive aggressive malicious things like that. And I didn't understand at the time that she had that view of me. So I was just confused. And so I was having the memory last night as I was falling asleep. And those feelings of just confusion were in my body. And I wonder, because last night I had this weird sort of anxiety feeling. And I actually wonder if the anxiety, because anxiety can also sort of translate in my body as confusion, if that's actually what pulled the memory up, right? Whereas you're having a felt sense state that is reminiscent of an instance where you felt that. And so it's sort of it recognizes itself. That feeling state recognizes a time that was recorded in your body when you had a similar feeling, and then the memory comes up with it.
Most certainly happened. It happened to me in a yoga class where I something was happening in a certain part of my body, and it elicited an emotion, which then elicited a memory.
Yeah.
And I was like, why is this held in my body, this memory?
Yeah.
This inconsequential like to me now memory.
Yeah.
Right?
But at the time, it, there was threat, there was conflict with someone, who I like, who was a very good friend of mine, and it was like a dumb conflict that was seemingly like over nothing, but it registered in my system. It's like I could lose a friend.
Like this is like this is an example I can point to, inside of this emotion. It's so interesting. Okay, let's catch up, and then we'll show you what this thing we're talking about is. OMG, Jesus. Did the blood knuckles things with quarters against my knuckles? I will admit I was bothered by being tricked, but only a microscopic blimp on the radar. They just did the blood knuckles thing with a quarter against my knuckles. It's so surreal. It's like I was calm consciously, but furious subconsciously. The chase didn't last long. Yeah. And boy, they were scared I grabbed their backpack. Yeah, I've had experiences like that too, Redeemer, where like I take action on something before I actually I'm catching up with myself or the emotion itself. I can remember. I mean, I was pretty young in the times that I'm remembering, but I think that's probably not that uncommon.
Oh yeah, someone is saying that the Chaos Reaper, when they're in pain, sometimes they start laughing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's actually a way that your system is trying to move some of that excess feeling, the excess pain and the whatnot through your system. Like, huh. Or sometimes when I realize, like when I hurt myself, I almost give myself the permission to like overreact. It's funny. When I lived with you, I used to be like, "Oh my God, Kira's such a baby. She overreacts." Because you'd be sick and you'd be like,
no, I'm a total baby. I am,
and I was
biggest,
like, "What is?"
I'm the biggest baby about
her?
everything. If I stub my toe, every single fucking person in my house and my block will know about it.
But now I give myself the permission to kind of do that because it helps it pass faster. It's like,
Mark's always like,
great, I just got it out of my system.
He's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine. Leave me alone."
Yeah.
And I was like, "I just have to make these noises.
Yeah.
Why don't you understand that being loud is kind of my thing?" Right? It's weird that my mom and I do that. Yeah, I mean, but is it that weird? I forgot that I had. What else was funny is I forgot I had their backpacks. I almost went to my class with it. Whoops! Oh yeah. My mom's told me before she'll laugh because if it doesn't, she'll cry. My mom has said that before. I just have the problem that not only am I the laughing type, I also have a laugh like a villain. So people usually see me as crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, I have the best villain cackle. All right, let's tremor.
All right. Okay, can I take this down with me?
Yeah, you can take that. Yeah, you can take that down with you. We don't need headphones on. I'm gonna hoist my pants up. Let's get these chairs out the way.
And then we'll have to adjust the camera.
We're gonna adjust la camera. That's not any language. That's me making shit up. Killer whale. Okay.
All right.
So I will lie down.
Oh.
There goes that.
Sort of, maybe.
Yeah. You guys that watch me react a lot, speaking of laughing, I use laughing all the time when there's uncomfortable things we're watching, right? So.
Oh, sorry, I'm taking that away. Taking away as you're speaking. Awesome.
Like, okay, it's like the cane right off the stage. Okay. Here we go.
All right. So, I mean, I'm gonna guide you through this, not as if it's for the sake of like voyeurism.
And let them again know that they can follow along and do this.
Yeah, you guys can follow along. I'm not responsible for what happens to you.
I will say right now,
you are
I'm not
responsible for yourselves.
Any of the outcomes, incomes.
Yeah.
The incomes.
So it's already happening in Kira's system because she's tremored with me quite a lot. And once you wake up the tremor mechanism, you have access to it, and it will just sort of like take over when you give it permission. So, Kira, if you just want to take a moment, and it also takes over when you've got to let it charge in your system like she does today from the conflict. take a moment to just, just recognize your back body laying against the floor. So noticing contact of shoulder blades, contact of back of head, your bum, back of legs, maybe the heels. And see if, right, like if you can feel where the charge is in the body, or just like, it might not be in one single place, but like recognizing the sensation of it. And almost imagine like it floating down or wafting down like snow in a snow globe. Or like leaves falling off a tree. And starting to just collect along your back body. So allow it to get heavier. And to let it just sort of condense and rest rather than being all over the place. And then recognize and do a little scan, check in for an area of your body that feels particularly maybe red. Red, for this sake, just means that there's a lot of sensation there that maybe is not, it's just like you don't like it very much. You might have a negative judgment on it. Or it might just be part of the body, right? You don't have to have a judgment on it. Just noticing that the body is sort of bringing your awareness to a certain area through sensation, which is what our body does to basically like let us know, like, hey, there's something over here maybe that's wrong that you can pay attention to and attend to. And then flip out of that and notice an area of the body where you might have some sensations that are blue. And by blue, we're just looking for things that feel, where you feel some okayness in your body. And if it's a step above okayness, it's like goodness. And if it's a step above that, you might even equate it with pleasure. Like, oh yeah, I really like that my right armpit is warm. That's always what I like because I love warmth. I'm always cold. And then just tune in to that blue area. And then because you're already tremoring, I'm not even going to take you through the beginning movements because you don't need them, and we don't need to do anything to like make the tremoring stronger. Like it's already enough. So, but I
didn't even realize it until I laid down. I was like, oh yeah,
yeah, it's right there. Yeah, and that's when you're charged up, that's what's going to happen. The body's just going to go as soon as you let yourself relax. So go ahead, bring the soles of the feet so that they're flat on the floor. Yep, inside edges of the feet touching, knees about hip to shoulder distance apart. Kira has a signature rocking pattern, like she's a castaway at sea. When you were pregnant, this was your signature pattern, and I thought it was because of pregnancy and the sacrum and whatnot, but it's still there. You know who Kathy has the same pattern. Her body rocks, but it's much smaller than yours.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And I also think it's the sacrum, that tightness she has around her sacrum, trying to release.
Yeah, my rocking can get like, it gets like really, really big.
Yep. And if it ever gets like big to the point where you're just like, I don't really know if this is right. Like sometimes mine can get really intense and big to the point where it's just like, sometimes when you like cry, you're crying and then you keep thinking about how like awful and miserable the thing was that's upsetting you. And so then you cry harder and harder and harder. And it's just like, you're like a snake eating your own tail. It's like that Ouroboros. And, right, and then you get done with the crying and you're like, oh my God, I fucking had it. Like, I just like, whoa. And then you feel like kind of dysregulated because it got so big. So if it ever feels like that, you can bring a little bit of containment to it yourself. You can just be like, hey, what would this be if I made it 10% smaller? Yeah. Right, you're not shutting it down, but you're modulating it. And I think that's like a next level skill. To be able to modulate your own experience without shutting it down.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, like Yeah, no, like this definitely like is what wants to be elicited. Like I can just feel it. I'm just like kind of along for the ride. I'm just letting it kind of all happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, and there's like tiny vibrations going on up my body. You can
Yeah.
kind of hear it in my voice a little bit as I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
because there's like vibrations going on up here in the chest, and they're like really like the small vibrational.
Yeah,
ones,
yeah, yeah.
right?
And then for like as you're watching this, just realize like Kira isn't choosing to enact this movement. This is coming from her autonomic nervous system, which is the part of your nervous system that controls your digestion, your respiration, your heartbeat, your blood pressure, elimination, so pooping and peeing, right? So it's like you don't have a whole lot of control over those things, right? They're gonna, and you don't want to have control over them because otherwise you'd go to sleep and your body would stop working. Yeah.
I'm still like a jumping bean.
Yeah. And sometimes if that happens and you're like, oh man, I do need rest, but my body won't let me, I bring a little bit of conscious movement in. So rather than just letting my body do whatever it wants to do, I bring a little bit of like, just like pandiculate as if you're yawning in bed, where like you're kind of in control of it. And then that helps to, that helps to bring the conscious movement into the unconscious so that you can gain a little bit of control over it for the sake of rest and integration. Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I almost kicked that thing over.
Yeah. Sound is really good. Sound is also another way that we release excess charge. Humming and sounding is really great for the vagus nerve. It helps tone the vagus nerve so we have more emotional resilience.
I will say though, it was when I started doing tremoring regularly with you, with the class, that because I was doing somatics already, right?
Mm-hmm.
That like all the like it was just like this laying down and automatically moving.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I could always find movements that I wanted to do through the somatic movement. Like if I just let me just start arch and flatten, right? But with this, like, I feel like the tremoring did trigger my ability to just lay down and literally, like...
Yeah, let your body just... Yeah.
I go, like, weirdo nuts, right?
Yep. Good. What do you notice in your body right now?
The shapes that the light is taking behind my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
There's like my cheeks feel funny, like
Tingly?
tingly. Yeah, my shoulders feel really heavy against the floor, which is not common for me.
Yeah.
I feel really like boom.
Oh, maybe a little bit of fight response.
Yeah, I got a little bit of fight response, I think.
Green light.
And a little bit of like the same old tension in my low back, but my tailbone feels far more spilled right down the middle than usual.
Mm-hmm.
And my left foot weirdly feels more externally rotated than my right, which is never the case.
Yeah, visually, your right is way more externally
rotated.
Oh, yeah.
Feels way more externally rotated than my right. So my body sense is obviously off.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a sausage, right? Like my rib cage is like tight around my lungs, sausaging me.
Yep.
And my TVA.
And I, this isn't a part of TRE, but just because I'm me and you're you, and I'm seeing what I'm seeing or intuiting, feeling, whatever it is, I'm going to bring a little bit of energy into high heart. What's going on?
I feel heavy on the floor, really heavy. Yeah, so heavy that I'm not wiggling. I just noticed that I'm not wiggling. That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, system coming into rest. Rest and grounding.
Whew. All right.
Yeah. You can take a little time if you need to. Great rest. Do what you need to do. I can
Well, you will
come
take
back.
You will take the duty of reading the,
Yeah.
the
Let's
commentary
see.
if there is any.
Let's see what's going on here. Can I?
Oh yeah, you would. You would scroll. Yeah, you have to go over into the field. Yeah, and then scroll. There you go. We've made our way to the floor here, guys.
Let's see. Oh yeah, Charlie horses are no fun.
Is there a lot that we missed?
I think so. Let's see.
Oh yeah, go ahead and scroll.
Oh, I think I also it popped back down.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Go up just a little bit more. How does de-stressing compare to just smoking weed? Says Redeemer.
Yeah, so this is actually like clearing. So it's clearing buildup from the system, where smoking weed, alcohol, all of those are considered depressants. So they're basically just like sort of suppressing or like turning the volume down on some of the sensations, but it's not actually clearing the charge from the system. It's just like kind of like covering it up or like putting it in the closet and being like, we're just gonna put that in there for right now and not necessarily pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna remain in the body.
Oh, why is it doing that?
I don't
It doesn't do
know.
that before. Sorry, guys. You know what's happening is that every single time y'all comment, it takes us back
To the
to
bottom.
the
we
bottom
can't
of the damn
stay
thing. And
where
we
we
can't.
were.
So now we're fucking doing this.
Oh.
So Alferis says, I think the only video she didn't laugh at so far was Warhammer video. Yeah, I laugh a lot. I'm easy to laugh. I either laugh or swear, never cry. It's something minor. Or if it's muscle in your calf that just keeps getting tighter and tighter, I will scream my lungs out because it's like your leg is trying to crush itself. My mom and I call them Charlie horses. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie horses are rough. I get them in the bottom of my feet every now and
I
again.
used to get them in my calf for like a year or so in college, and then they just like went away. But yeah, I'd feel like bruised for days afterwards.
On another note, what's the weirdest bone area you have ever cracked before? I popped my leg before, not my ankle, my whole leg. And one time someone did that with my pelvis, which was an incredibly strange and I think even a little uncomfortable feeling. I've popped my whole pelvis before. My whole pelvis has shifted before, and it agreed. It's strange and a little uncomfortable. I understand that this is supposed to be something to do with instinctual nerve signals and muscle movements, but I won't lie. It's hard to believe that all of this is happening automatically. It seems too complex for Kira to not be doing at least a tiny bit of it intentionally. No, my body just starts bopping around like that. I just let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that's I think I think that's really the kicker, right?
Yeah.
Is allowing the expression to happen and not being like, oh, that's wrong or that's weird. Just being like, oh, okay, this is what my body wants to do. Okay, I'll say yes to that.
Yeah, and I'd say that allowing it to happen is for some people the hardest thing to learn and to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I agree.
That can take a long time for some people to get to, especially sometimes it's even the most like like yogis, right? It's like they could be super in touch with their body, but they're also very used to controlling their bodies, and then releasing that control is very hard for them. Sometimes, not all yogis, but sometimes TRE can actually be like hard for those folks to like find because it takes a while to release that control around the body.
Mm-hmm. Yep. People popping their necks. The neck is tough for me, Alferis. When people pop their necks, I'm like, goo.
Crack my neck a lot.
You do.
Yeah, and my sacrum.
My sister does the same thing, and I'm just goo.
Oh,
there it is.
There it is.
My knees pop every time I bend them. So, how would you do that with your nose? I don't know. But yeah, don't ever in your life do it to your neck.
Oh man, my dad's 83. Last year he was like outside doing something because he's always outside doing stuff. He fell and he basically like dislocated his thumb or a finger, and he just popped it back in place.
Yeah, your dad's hardcore. That's why. I'm not sure if I get what you're saying, but I just find it hard to believe anyone can do that. That isn't straight out of Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Yeah, and you learn how to do it, right? Like you learn through the TRE process. And again, Kira's done it a lot. Mm-hmm. So it took several classes, several sessions.
Yeah.
For it to be able to come that easily. Like actually, it's funny. I was reviewing stuff on my phone and I found a video that we took when I first started teaching TRE, and you were taking it of me tremoring. And I had a hard time getting my legs to tremor.
Yeah.
And because at that point, I'd only been maybe actively tremoring for like a year or so. Now it's like I put my legs on the ground within 30 seconds. They're going to shake.
I couldn't believe mine started shaking like that.
And
I was just like,
yeah. And also, those of you saying like, oh, I can't believe that she's, like not at least somewhat intentionally doing that. The more charge you have in your system. So like, yeah, and you've had a lot of charge in your system. I remember last year when my brother and I got in like a huge fight. I was in my room tremoring, and literally my legs were like pressing in, like there was so much charge in my legs that they were like, my feet were like bouncing up and down off the ground, like slamming, almost like I was jumping but laying down. And I was like, whoa, this has never happened to me before. This is super intense.
Yeah.
But it was because my brother and I had just had a huge fight, and it was, like.
Yeah. It creates a lot of tension.
Yeah.
I challenge the laws of nature and reason by summoning the power that's forbidden. Sokum ra, asper yuke und, kodzev, peyo kois, aspran, kira, awake. I like that, Wardy and the Goblin. You're hilarious. Step on her.
Not gonna do that.
Yeah, for the first to get it to calm down. Victory pose with you. Stepping on her stomach. Dun, da, da, da. I have conquered her. Y'all are so rude.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Not gonna step on this stuff.
Then to walk, need to force out the knot by standing on it, or else it will take longer. Then, oh, you're talking about the Charlie horses. That's right. Yeah, don't ignore messages. Do a victory pose. I really dread popping my knees because they're really hurting. Yeah. Do the victory pose, please. Too late, Banny. 3 bad. Too late. I used to get them in my eye.
Charlie horses.
Wow.
I use my eye.
Wardian, that is wild.
My eye used to like spasm.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Around the left side of the left hole in my pelvis. Step on her stomach. Bonnie, get over it. Your eye muscles contract and reshape your eyes to help you focus on objects. As I got older, it was too much strain. Thaumaturgist, what's up? Just popping in real quick. Who's a special guest? It's my business partner, Carrie. Thanks for coming in here to say hello.
I'll wave to you like I waved to Kira's baby.
Oh, they are the blonde chick and co-partner of their website, remember? Yeah, so the videos that I played last time, this was Lynn Proctor for the Make It Your Lifestyle weight loss regimen or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we were the anime for exercises in the office.
Had the up high Princess Leia buns.
My knees always hurt like hell when they pop. Don't know why, but I think that's because I have to work a lot on my knees. Yeah, when I kneel, I'm kneeling right now, and luckily they're not hurting, but every now and again,
your knees do pop.
my knees are insane. They still pop a ton, but it's when I'm kneeling on them in certain ways where there's this searing, insane pain that comes through. It's almost like the knee bone is trying to pierce through the skin.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's awful. I liked the porn parody one. That one was a good one. There's Brandon.
That was great. Yeah, that was an
Hey,
ex-boyfriend of mine.
biker! Looks like you could use a little help with your running form. Or it was like, hey, runner. That's right.
Yeah.
I said, hey, biker.
Well, he was.
Brandon was a biker. That's why I said that. It was a Freudian slip. Hey, runner. It's hilarious. And you're like bending over. It's so good.
And then we take him home to show him proper right.
Oh, man. The shit we did when we were young.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad they're all
Good
captured
times.
on YouTube.
Yeah, right. What else were we going to spend our time doing?
I know, right? Making money.
money?
We could have made money.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the porn one was really, really good. There are a couple more that I still haven't shown y'all, so we might get into the spring into shape workout.
I love the spring into shape
That's your
workout.
favorite one.
Actually, I don't know. I think the from a like comedy standpoint and just being dumb, the exercises
For the Office
anime
was
my
so
favorite.
good.
But that one I think is my favorite just because magically the music synced up so perfectly with the movement, and they would like it was like, oh my gosh, that editing is so good, and it was just all coincidence, which was awesome.
I mean, my editing is excellent, but the music was very good.
But that would happen a lot. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You'd like text me and be
Oh,
like,
the spring into shape workout made me look like the most
oh yeah.
badass editor on the planet. I was like, boom, look at that. And I was lucky. It just happened. Horse in the eye, la 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 la. Forever One Punch Man workout. All right, cool. Let's watch a video next.
Oh, there's my old body.
Look at us, everybody.
Okay.
Look at these ladies. Look at my crotch. Here we go. There's my face. The crotch might have been more exciting. I was in just such a horrible mood today that, I mean, I came here once without makeup on before, And I looked at myself and I was like, oh, I look okay on here without makeup. I don't give a shit. We're good. You know, so today when I didn't put it on, I was like, nah, fuck it, right? And then I was like, I'll bring my makeup with me. I should try. And then I was like,
Your
yeah.
skin looks great in these lights.
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, what are you saying? That it doesn't look great outside of these lights?
The lights just give it a nice like.
Yeah, no, they do. Although nothing is better than the Zoom filter. I tell you what.
It's real nice.
God, if I could just look like I look on Zoom all the time, I would be a lucky gal. All right, what the hell am I doing?
That's why people do those like spray paint makeup.
Mm-hmm.
They filter themselves with spray paint.
If I
Let me get this one.
That's a deltoid.
That is a deltoid. This one is a little lengthy. This looks like it's in parts. Okay, so
Scare me off with a weird video. You don't know who you're talking to.
what's that?
Someone Thomagist was saying,
Yeah.
I was hoping I could scare Carrie off with a weird video.
Yeah, you don't know who you're talking to. A proper thumb introduction. Yeah, for sure. Did you put one in? Woohoo! Hydrate. Thank you.
Gargle, get the back of the throat hydrated.
Okay, so we are going to be watching. I want to get to. Oh, this is way too short. Well, I mean, it's not way too short. We can use it.
6-second video, cool.
Yeah, no. I like that idea.
I'm like curious.
I know,
What's
right?
gonna
Like
happen
I'm
in 6
intrigued, right?
seconds?
What is this one? All right. Oh, it's another one. Okay, so we'll watch this. I'm guessing it's some kind of series here that Redeemer might have sent me.
late. 8:21.
You're getting old, man. Okay, I'm just getting these videos set up so that they don't get broken up because this is a series, it seems. So we will watch that series. Proper lack. And then we'll watch Redeemer's meme video. So, memes. Mm-hmm. Hydrating. Okay, it's awesome. All right. Killer whale.
The yawns are coming.
The yawns are coming, man. It's almost Betty Bye time. Let me see if this is also.
Hey guys, as a quick heads up.
Nope. Okay, so that's not part of it. Killer whale. Okay. Let's go ahead and do this number. Meow, meow, meowski. Oh, I don't ever mean to like be displaying.
Redeemer of Dark doesn't have a meme video, you goofy goose.
What's that?
You goofy goose.
No.
They don't have a.
You don't have a
meme
meme you
video.
goofy, you
No,
goofy
you goofy
goose.
goose.
Oh, that's funny. You goofy goose. No, I just put it in the chat. Alfera says, I got your, the thing that you requested a while ago. You said you just put it in the chat. I'm reading that like you simply put that in the chat, right? I'm the meme lord. All right, here we go. So this is a series of very short little blurps. What's a blurp? I don't know. I made that up.
Wait, isn't a blurp? Isn't that in like Super Mario World?
Is a blurp in Super Mario World?
Like blurps and blorps. Blurps and blorps. Right? Do you remember at the end of like Super Mario? This is for Super Nintendo. They had like I loved it. They had the like cast of characters. I think blurps and blorps were something.
I think you might be right though.
Oh, because they make a sound.
Yeah, they make the boing boing like they do the. Is that right?
I feel like it's something with lava.
And glorps. It makes me think of glombos and dippy
chips.
chips.
We can just play word games now. Everybody just type in and say
a sound.
things
Type
that-
in a sound.
Glorp, blurp.
Gorp.
Yeah, glorp.
Yerp.
Glorp is delicious.
Yarg.
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 Gorp. I could go for some gorp right now. Fairies, you got any gorp? Just teleport it on over.
Got gorp? All right, here we go. So this is Patch.
Let the dog
This is by Telepert.
Uh-oh.
And these are very short, so pay close attention, y'all.
Redeemer of Dart linked the very videos in a very deliberate order, you know.
Uh-oh.
Rut-row.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure I got it. So this one was the first one. Oh, do you mean in full? Because I was trying to do all of these grouped together here. So here's...
Don't squish that cat.
Is there a cat?
On the side, it says squish that cat.
Oh, God, no.
No.
Let's get off of that screen. That looks terrifying. Okay, here we go. Wow. I want to see that again. A head. I'm guessing she popped out of a dude.
The anima and the animus.
She's like, hello. All right, I like that one. All right. And then we have No Mutt. No Mutt November. Okay. Oh, this is Pear. But it's still like a really quick little short. Here we go. Pay close attention. I'm gonna watch that again. Go to horny jail. Doink. What?
He hit it with the horny stick.
You hit it with the horny stick,
The horny bat.
and it was the wrong one? Because he says, go to horny jail, and then you hit him with the horny stick, and it transforms the
The dog into like
sexy dog. Sexy girl dog.
Sexy, but also like human dog, because like dogs don't have
It's a human sexy dog. It's a part human dog. I linked a video above, Kira, by the way. Oh, okay. I think I better go grab that before it's gone. Okay. To the, I wonder why it goes
That
to.
looks like me when my arm is which is right now. My wrist is not great today.
That's what I look like when my arm is hurting. And then there is the sprout. Okay, here we go. Pay close attention. It's quick.
Hi.
Horny water, not again.
Again.
Okay, now I'm starting to get the horny stick in the horny water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, you make that mistake and the thing turns into,
Yeah.
An object of sexual desire.
Like sexy, scary clowns.
Like sexy, scary clowns, which I told them about, and then I failed to get pictures for. Rather. Oh, maybe I did get pictures. Zoink.
Hi.
Oh, it's that horny water again.
And the plant's talking.
Not again.
Well, why is he upset about that? That's my question. Shouldn't he be like, yo?
I get probably because I think it's a dude, right? And like when dudes get horny, it's a little more like visible, and then like you're in culture to be like embarrassed about it. I mean, it's like what we were talking about earlier. It's like
I'm gonna scooch toward you, so we're framed up. Okay,
ladies, we can hide it,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's actually like.
and then it's like
That's a
ooh,
great
again,
point.
again.
Now I'm picking up a little bit of what's going on in these, and it's very good. You can go back to the top. Yeah, no, totally, Redeemer. I hop around. You cannot trust me to go in any kind of order. Although I did see that they were groupings, and so I wanted to stay integrous with the grouping that you put together. Would have horny crossed out. The anti-horny bat would have horny crossed out. The word you're looking for is anthro-dog girl. Got it. Man is possibly asexual. Could be. Man is possibly asexual. Sure. Oh.
But then he wouldn't get horny, like from the.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe it's like because they're like brought in because of a horniness. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know. Maybe, there's an expectation for sex, right? So if you have the plant come up, horny and you're asexual, right? Then the plant has an expectation for sex. And you're like, I'm not really into you because I'm not really into anybody.
That happens to
Or
me a
I'm
lot
gay.
with my plants.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Back off. You're not in the mood.
Or gay. Yep, exactly. Or he's tired of having the same mistake happen over and over again. Yep. Fair enough. At the very least, do the Pokemon countdown before the Pokemon rap cipher. Okay, got it. Why do I have the need for the Luigi board video? Strange. Why do I have the need for the Luigi board
I don't know what any of this means.
video? Yeah, I keep almost reading Nightbot. Of plant girl asexuality. The water and vet are infused with the power. No one ever said it was from the guy. They could be a friends that they left over. Send the pregnant one. Holy shit, they need to see that. Send the pregnant
do these
one.
people know each other?
Maybe.
Servagist and Redeemer of Dark. Are you buds?
Send the pregnant one. Holy shit, they need to see that. All right, I'll take your word for it. I did promise Redeema. What's that?
That's like kind of where we're moving to. I asked if they knew each other, and
We are a hive
They're a
mind.
hive mind,
Okay, so you are not the Zerg Dom, LOL. And then Dama just added another link. Any more anti-context if you tried the pregnant one? I'm still lost too, Damages. I'm sorry. I gotta say. Hilarious. Okay. We gotta get this. We gotta get the show on the road. Let me grab.
What side of the road?
Oh, how is Pranget?
I am pregnant. Am I pregnant?
Am I pregnant? Okay, God, that sounds hilarious. Okay. We have a lot of awesomely hilarious.
That's right. Like when you're growing a Greg inside of you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've already named your child Greg. At the Markiplier in space video yet. I doubt it.
Welcome to Bottom Gear, mates.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Today on Bottom Gear, I drive a silent electric car, Hammond uses a fucking toilet, and James commits arson. Warning,
like it already.
Sean budget does not exceed 23 yen. Good evening, ladies and gents. Today our sponsors are MSC Colgate B450. Check them out. Promo code revving my wife to Noi. Fuck. Today we'll be reviewing one of the Kin vehicle that has about 2.3 gigahertz revving engine sound. Goes up to the, I don't know, fucking 88 millimeters per every time I find a proper job in it. Oh mate, we are going to the ass. Do you want anything? Oi love, you posh dickhead, have come back. Give me see in it, she's told bloke drafted fuck along fish and chip, bloody off. Wow. Man, you tiny man, where is the Lambo Chevy? Gonna crash into James' car, mate. Hammond, you sodding tech this was my Lamborghini. Call 999, me fucking car's being on fire, mate. Hammond, I have crack addiction, I'm dying. Jeremy, I have to rent divorce papers today, I don't know what to do next. Please help me, I can't go have petroleum normally. Toby, I'll meet him gear. What happens when they taste exhaust fume? Okay, I'll have a whiff.
What? I've seen that.
Air noise. No, Jeremiah, car got bass for health. Cock. Shut up, James. The spade is a lot, mate. Weed, car, feet, bottom. Oh my god. Welcome back to Bottom Gear, mates. Tonight on Gear. Cause I steal my stupid neighbor's Ford Focus. Hammond gets kidnapped by drug lords in Colombia. And James gets into the voices. This week's sponsors is Bose. Yeah, check them out. Right, proper headphones. Hi, I'm Top Gear for cars. James, me fellow colleague, object of the bottom gear team. I miss me wife. Okay, lads, now it's time for the news. Look at this fast car, mates. When this baby hits 141 kilometers per hour, yeah, you're gonna see some serious shite, mate. Why, mate, this speed's giving me a right proper aneurysm. Getting real hard to drive the car, mate. Stick will now drive the fast car. Tonight, we have an exclusive look on the cyber crash teams. Oi, James, mate, you got to perform the acceleration in this rare crack cocaine. Go.
All right, I'm gonna pause. This is hilarious. Right there. I'm gonna pause right there. Alpharisis. I thought that this one might be yours, but I don't. I think I might be wrong on that because these are not. This is Top Gear tomfoolery, it seems. Instead of memes. So memes is what Alpharisis says. Alpharisis, it's mine. Okay. No, it's Bottom Gear. Get it right, Systemologist. Okay, Alpharisis, so I'm not wrong on this because I know I promised yours. And yeah, Redeemer, I know about these guys from Reactions, from Chicago Reacts. These are they have a hilarious show. But okay.
I'm dabbing on the
Top
fucking
Gear
haters, James.
Top Gear
Mates,
parody.
listen
Okay.
to this, yeah? Hammond, help me, I'm above your house, mate. Our challenge is buy a car for 823 yen and drive them from the wagon to North Korea. That's a bit stupid, isn't it? Hammock, look at this car just got for 20 quid. How about we rev one for the lads watching? I think I revved one too much, I hope you're insured. Oi, blokes, the exhaust fume tastes kind of funny, yeah? Hammond idiot broke car crash in field again. Hammer, we need more movie, yeah? I'm addicted. Yeah, the game coming to the console in 20 minutes. This is the new Lambo Middle I was telling you about, Jam. Don't care, mate. Cocker. Today we will be fuck. 2001 Chevy Highlander. She took the bloody kids, Jeremy. Fucking hammock. Her noise. Don't care, mate. This afternoon on Unsponsored Gear, I have 12 unpaid taxes. Yeah. Tonight on Bottom Gear, I drink straight petroleum. I can no longer hear the screams. I get yelled at by the police for speeding in the 0-mile zone. All of this and more. Tonight on Bottom Gear. Tonight, Hammond tries to drift in a wheelchair. Oi, love, you wanna try meth? Very nice. Today
Let's try my meth.
Wife with the car and see if he notices. Hello, my love. Cement. Jeremy, why is Jamson zipping his pants? I went for a piss, you bloody idiot. Hammond, can you spare 5 quid, mate, since we lost that Bose sponsors? Times have been tough. Can't even fit into me clothes, mate. How are we gonna fit in my lap? I'm going to Burger Queen. You want anything, mate? Greeting, Jeremy. It's me, fella Bottom Gear House, Jermaine. I have a new car, mate. Fuck, Jeremy. I'm Cook. Help. Car's done me bloody back in, mate. I'll drink to that. Thanks, mate. 2,000 quid for the Chevy fan. Hemorrhoids. Look at me, yeah? Tiny car, mate.
I
It's
might
very
not burn
nice.
that tiny itty bitty
This is the
little car.
last fucking time I
that
get a
car.
car from Tesco.
Except
Yes,
it's got one
fast
wheel on
car,
top.
make me room. Fuck the car, let's take the train. James, you drive. James, I told you not to touch the fucking lever, mate. Right, proper idea, mate. Hammond on 1 pint of diesel versus Hammond on 4 pints of diesel. You absolute bastards. Now I must use this crap wheelchair that I found at the back of some local crap Shell gas station. You know what? Just for that little stunt, I'm crashing into your house. Hammond! This deserves a smonk, mate. Just let it wrap proper fucking nicotine stick. Mate, let me have a quick donker now. Hammond, where's my weed? James, would you like to remain a confused fume and can no longer inhale them? Tonight, we're gonna play Chicken Prank with Jeremiah. Today on Bottom Gear. Absolutely chuff, lads, bloody cloakers, don't suspect a thing. Jeremy, Hammond, anyone else feel that bit all? Chaps, I think I caught fire. Shite. I'm done, lads. Hammer, look, it's Jeremiah. Jeremy, you bastard, what did you just do? What the? Hammond. Hammond.
How do they
Help.
even do that?
Yeah,
I don't
then
think
Jeremy
I've seen
died in
those
car crash and I
episodes. Like,
filled
how do
divorce
you
papers.
get your car stuck in a tree?
Bottom Gear.
I've seen them do crazy shit.
Apparently
but-
I'm being fucking fired for assault on something. I don't know. Gonna have to shell out to Amazon Prime. Check us out on Grand Trip, mates. Welcome to the Grand Trip. New TV contract. New show. Same old shack, lads. Off we pop in a mighty 1.9 TDI, mate. Let's fucking go, yeah? On today's episode, I rip a fat
Hey, Mr.
proper one, mate.
Horn.
Disclaimer, the road trip can only be seen in the Amazon rainforest. Let's kick it off, mates. We're on the way to smuggle bootleg cigarettes in Brazil, yeah? Oi, mates. I took a fat rip of that bonga and I'm going bananas. I just bought this Australian car for 30 quid. God damn it, Hammock, you bloody idiot. Look what you did, mate. Sorry, mate. Someone filled my tires with radium. Sure, mate. The wind's a bit strong, in it? Yeah. Right, mate, just got this Ferrari for 50p and has the bloody bargain in it.
Okay, so just for clarification,
Speed goes 2 gigabytes.
so these I know that these guys do a lot of crazy things on their show, right? I see them do a lot of stunts and all that. So when I'm seeing them in these scenes, like obviously he's cut into this scene, right, with this Mustang here in the back. But the scenes where they have the cars in the trees, or the scenes where the cars have been like demolished, is that these guys doing? Let
See,
me.
when we first got into this, and I have like no context for this whatsoever. I don't know who these people are.
It's
To me, they all looked
Jigsaw,
like
the Bottom Gear
like
Experience.
European or Aussie politicians because they're just like middle-aged white.
No,
dudes.
100%.
And so I thought it was
'Cause I
like
kept
sort of just
forgetting.
like making fun of sort of this just like patriarchal power of like cars and engines and fire and like these politicians that can just. And then I was like, oh no, that's not. But that's where I originally.
Yeah.
And I thought it was like just weird, off the wall brilliance.
I mean, it is weird and off the wall,
Yeah,
but
but
it's pretty.
It's a little more linear than I thought it was.
If All right. But I'm just curious. I doubt it. They're probably just random Google images. Oh. Okay. Cool.
It's so fast per hour. Don't be shy, mates. Come on in. Oh, piss off, James. What did you have to eat Taco Bell? Subscribe to my channel, mates. Excrement Gaming. No, this is bad. I have to go to court on Sunday for blowing up a building. Fish. Fuck's sake, Jeremy. You munter. I'm falling. James.
Like those little cars. Like, did they get to drive around in them? Because we saw them inside a couple of the little cars.
5-meter sprint against
That's
the
pretty funny.
bullets. Check out me nan's fucking mobility scooter, yeah? Let's rev up, mates. Too fast.
See, like, I believe that was them. Not that, though.
Pissed us up, haven't we? Today we take a trip to Japan to get an increase in our minus 79 yen budget tea. Segment sponsored by Wooden Pole. It's Chinese yen, you fucking idiot. Don't care, mate. Go drive a bus or something.
God damn. Like, he does look like a politician.
Extraordinary raw and amazing horsepower over here on the Toriat Coral. Jam, what are you thinking? Yeah, I believe this car is good, yes. On today's episode, Jeremy and James get absolutely revved in a swinging Tesco and fucking fights for prostitutes in Meal Deal. Right, mates. We're gonna rev our way to Africa and no holding back. Might crash a car later. I don't know. We're riding the car for the 57
exactly
billionth
what they do.
time. I don't piss me fucking bended cry. Today on top. Wait, I didn't.
Oh, God.
Tonight, on the Granted Trip, we... I don't know. Right, mate, the challenge today
That's pretty funny.
survive.
I don't know.
It's a cabbage chili tête in it. Jacob. Right, lads, tonight Hammond pays me £2,695,
That's a big
and I eat Cinder
fucking
Rocky. Stand
story.
off, mate, who cares?
Again, like I believe that he would smoke a joint that day. Based on the shows that I've seen, it's 2 episodes.
You've seen their actual
I've seen their episodes, yeah, a couple episodes of their
Is it a
show.
TV show or an
What
internet
have?
show?
I think it's a TV
What in
show.
the bloody hell did you
Fuck
do
if
last
I
night?
know. You guys,
Just
I'm the
crashed
worst.
again, mate.
Is it a TV show or an internet show?
I don't want to fucking driving tonight out here.
But I've enjoyed their TV show, but they're really, like this picture right here. Right, that's gotta be, that I can see that as being like real, right? Like he is right there, like right?
Cars explode. Yeah, I'm
car on
a
fire
mate
behind
who
him,
wants to
right?
see
I mean,
what
I
a
guess
load
he
of
could.
I have no idea. I don't know
All right.
what the show is. Like,
Yeah, they just do like crazy reckless things.
okay, so it's
Alright,
just like
mate. What
What's that
talking
movie
about the minute merge on a test
driving fast cars.
Yeah, no, but kind of like
Hello, mate.
That guy, that actor, he died, right?
Bloody
Paul.
hell,
yeah,
James,
Paul.
where's the tea at? Wow, that's all
What is this movie called? Fast and Furious.
That's right.
So it's like that, but like
My budget is like
Exactly.
-5 plus 2 square.
Yeah, I mean, They just, yeah, they have competition, and they're pretty funny. So one of the competitions that they had was that I watched on Chicago Reacts was the like high speed Uber driver. So they picked up a fucking like Uber passenger.
Oh my god.
Raced through like
Yeah.
yeah. So so I saw something like that. And then they had one where they had to drive. Both of them were driving. So and it's called Top Gear. And I think they like cars. You guys, again, I'm the worst. So I've seen like 2 episodes. And the other one was driving around the grocery store. I don't know why. I forget the premise of why they were driving around the grocery store. Maybe it might have been at the beginning of the pandemic when all the like shelves were emptying out and they're like, we better get all the supplies. But I might be making that up too because I
I'm
make up
imagining that
memories.
they're waiting for somebody to come out.
Of what?
The grocery store.
No, they go through the grocery store.
Oh.
Yeah, they go through the aisles with the car. Yeah.
How were the aisles big enough?
They weren't. I mean,
Oh my
they
God.
got through them, but the cornering of them was really the real disaster of it all. And you guys, I'm sorry for all of the parts of that memory I made up because you probably actually seen the episodes I'm talking about. Kira laughing in confusion. This is clearly a talking point on the patriarchy. Supporting point for feminism by making fun of their stupidio. Jeff Bezos, no. The title banner looks professionally made, and thus I say TV show. My sink just stopped draining.
Okay.
Top Gear is TV. Bottom Gear is literally just this dude going on Twitter and saying, write a shit post for a video of mine. So I was right. There we go then. Right on. Yeah. And Top Gear is about these dudes who drive these cars around recklessly. That's right, right? Or did I miss the point of the whole show? In the 2 episodes that I've seen. All right. Let's finish out this
Right, lads.
video.
Let's get the fast
Only play
car
it
on the
for 10
test
minutes.
Sometimes.
Hello. Boy, lads.
Protocol.
I'm the Matthew Minikov. Mates, my fucking wife left me for a Toyota Corolla 2. Got nothing to live for.
But I think they
mate.
like
Boy,
play
lads,
with
we're gonna
anything
get
on
new
wheels,
lady
which is
friend.
why
Yeah,
they're
tired of
bringing
us
in the
whining about being
wheelchairs and
divorced.
shit.
And the bananas bloody chicken shit bollocks that we're looking at.
Like I
Hammer.
could see them doing Chai
Welcome back to
Diderot.
90% of the way there,
Right, with the shopping
Today,
carts.
I'm capturing Jeremy.
Which if
and
they
taking
haven't done
him
Chai
north of
Diderot,
Australia
then
for
they're
some
fucking
extinct-
leaving money on the table right now.
Hammer, I'm sorry. This tax fraud has gone further. Okay, lads. It's time for
Yeah.
me to go to Tesco. Need some supply.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm about to do.
No. Car, stop me. I'm gonna
Ooh, I liked
smoke
his
fat
sweater.
fumes. Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes. The
Yeah.
car's moving. Oh, I'm in cock. Alright, it's there, mates.
Wow.
Using the Chevrolet Pigeon Coupe. Up to 83 millimeters per year, blazing fast.
That car is incredible. I want to ride in that car. There was somebody in it. It looked like, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Killer Whale. All right. That was a wild ride of a video. And me, like, I always feel like I'm trying to piece together what is like reality and what is like made up, you know? So I remember watching some of the video games, like people playing video games, and they had all of this like Doritos and Mountain Dew in like the background of it. And I was like, is this a part of the video game? Or are these the sponsors of the dude that is making the video? And I'm like, I'm guessing it's the sponsor of the guy making the video, and he put them into the game on his video, you know, for effect or whatever. But I've just been like the world of confusion, largely when it comes to anything on the internet. Like I will hate to see myself when I'm an old lady, and like everything is just fake. And I don't know the difference between like what's real and what's fake, because I feel like I'm already going in that direction on a lot of things. I'm like, so wait a minute.
Yeah.
You know, wait a minute. Is that like what actually happened in the show? You know, that kind of thing. Anyway, any thoughts on that?
I mean, it just feels like the direction that everything is going. Like reconstituted into whatever somebody wants it to become.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so the moment I saw this one, I wanted to play it. So I'm gonna go in this one. Am I pregnant? How is Pran get formed? Is the name of the video. It is by JT Sexkick, and let's go ahead and watch this.
Am I pregnant? Am I pregnant? Am I pargant? Am I gregnant? Am I pegnate? Help? Is there a possibility that I'm pegrant? Am I pregnant or am I okay? Could I be pregonate? How do I know if I'm pregnant? Can I be pregnant? Can ooh get
Oh my God, why is this so
Can ooh
funny to
bleed
me?
while ooh are pervert? Can ooh down a 20-foot water slide pegnat? How can I get my GF?
I think I've seen this not in
What
video
happened
form, but like
when
in
get
a, you know, like a
Perginat. How can a
collection
9-year-old
form.
get pregnant?
Just
Will
like
my
next
get
image, the next
pregnant?
image.
What is the best time to sex to become pregnant? Does anyone know how many teens get pregnant a year? Are these systems of being pregnant? Girlfriend ain't had periods since she got pregnant. Is it possible having sex to a 8 months pregnant? If a woman has starch marks on her wait.
Starch mask.
If a woman has starch masks on her body, does that mean she has been
stretch marks. That took me so long.
Period, question mark. I circle is normal, but yet I still don't get pregnant. What can I use? Period, question mark. Has anybody got pregnant by just pre-cum while using birth control? Did most you women
I'm pretty sure I've
feel
Googled that.
pregnant before find out? I am pregnant last 5 weeks, so can I start sex? Danger ops, prangent sex. Will it hurt baby top of his head? Me and my boyfriend are tying to get prefnat, and haven't took my birth control in 12 days. 38 plus 2
This
weeks.
is why abortion needs to be legal.
Pregnant? I think my dog is pregnant. Can I get bringed if he had a condom on? How long can Ugo being pregnant to get an abortion? I think I'm pregnant with my 14th child.
What? No.
Can you burn a Luigi board?
What? What is that one? What is that one? Am I missing out on something with the like? Because it took me a minute on the shit. I can't even remember now. The play on words. Oh man, that was hilarious. That was ridiculously funny. Yeah. So. The Kira brain experience. Yeah, thanks, Domagist. I knew you'd be supportive of me trying to create memories. Oh man. BBC had to cancel their show just by how many scandals they caused. Pregnant. That's the best part of the video. Silence. Pregnant. Oh my God. Luigi board is a whole other video. Oh, okay. Cool. Brigante.
Mucho pregante. pregante.
Mucho pregante. Well, pregunto is question, right? Oh, okay, yeah, I think that's question in Spanish. Frage in German. Die Frage.
Question. in
Was
French.
ist deine
Pretty
Frage?
easy.
Oh, how do you say that one?
Question.
Question. Man, French is purty. I know some of the not as pretty languages, I guess. Okay, so we are.
That's what you did to your computer. Yes.
What's that?
Defraga.
Defraga. Defraga. I'm trying to think of that fucking song that Rammstein sang. Du hast mich. Yeah, yes. Du hast mich gefragt. You know, so they use the word gefragt, and it's you know you like hate me to ask, is what I think it is. Yeah. Du hast mich gefragt. You have asked me. You have asked me. Du hast mich gefragt. And I did not say. Und ich hab nicht gesagt. Dun, 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 totem Scheide for alle Tage. Nein! I don't know if anybody knows that Rammstein song, but I haven't heard it in a long time. It's a great song.
Oh man, I went to the Chicago Diner before this,
Mm-hmm.
and they were playing some sweet tunes that I had just totally forgotten about.
Oh, which ones? Which
They
ones?
had-
Which
They
ones?
had some great alternative rock from the 90s playing. Oh man, what was the one that I hadn't heard? Cumbersome? Who sings that?
I have become cumbersome. Oh my God.
My girl.
Oh my God.
And then there were like a whole bunch, there were like 3 other bands that sounded
90s
exactly the same.
fucking like grunge rock was so good. And I was in high school when it came out, and that was even better.
Well, I actually think that's why we think it was so good.
Yeah, that's probably why.
I discovered this in like my early 20s. I think I was working with a director who was like in his 40s or 50s. So like when he was in high school, disco was out, and he's like, disco.
I think disco
no,
is
it's
the
like
best
80s
too.
music. And then
Oh,
my
80s
friends,
music
and
is
then
the
my
best.
friend's mom was like, disco is the best music. And I was like, oh, it's whatever music was out when you were in high school.
When you were in high school
And
is the
because,
best
like,
music.
You're like
Yeah.
your limbic brain and like I don't know, something to do with like how you're emotionally developing, and then like music is how
Yeah.
you connect. And then it's just like
Late 90s, baby.
nostalgia. It's so good. Because I was like, this song is actually kind of shitty, but it's great.
It so captures everything that I felt. Oh my God, yes, high school.
Yeah, Black Hole Sun, oh, Soundgarden.
Oh, black hole sun, won't you come?
Ronaldo, man.
So good.
That dude's voice.
So good. Schwangerschaft, says Alpharis. That's hilarious. Or it's a baked good. Says, like scary pastries. Schmetterling. That was a butterfly. Yeah, Schmetterling I think is actually a really pretty word.
It is.
Schmetterling. I call my daughter Liebchen, which is my little love. Liebchen. Yeah. Like my Liebchen. She's very cute. She's a cute little girl. Yeah. When I stream from home, you guys might actually catch many glimpses of her. LOL. Funny you mentioned 90s alt rock. Yeah, just listening to that. All right, Guption. Liebchen. Guption. Guption. All right, so I am thinking here. Kira, get your ass down here, Klitzy. That's my mother. Okay, so I am looking for a new love, baby. A new love. I'm an idiot. I'm looking for a new love, baby. I'm looking for what we will either watch next. And then also, Carrie, I know that you probably want to start heading out, and we can do a little somatic movement if you want to.
Some bridging.
I could do some bridging.
Bridge me.
So I'll bridge my business partner.
Liebchen.
My
Liebchen?
Liebchen.
Liebchen.
Yeah. Liebchen.
Is little love.
Little love. Yeah. Liebchen. So it's like Liebe, which is love. And anytime you put like that Shen, like Liebchen, just like kind of kleine, like little, you know. There's something in Spanish that's similar where when you put it at the end, like ito or something like that.
Yeah.
It means little or something like that. And then Redeemer, you're gonna have to remind me which Pokemon video you'd prefer first versus second, because I don't remember, and scrolling through the chat is not gonna work well. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do a movement practice called bridging. And bridging is just another way of accessing the nervous system. And it's basically the like mechanical way in. The way that the woman who trained me in bridging kind of describes it, it's like, you know, it's like you couldn't tickle yourself, right? So you have to have somebody else bring in the mechanical movement of something, so you can again allow it to move through your body, and have certain basically like synapses, boom, connect in a way that they didn't get to because your brain kept blocking that opportunity. So that's why this one is a more hands-on movement practice versus one that invites a person to move on their own, right? So those of you who saw the tremoring earlier, basically got to see my system just go to work. So this is quite different in how this generally works. So, what's going on with your body today?
What's going on? This arm is all not great. And if you do the thing here, you might have to maybe do it. I don't know if you can do it here.
Mm-hmm.
But because it feels kind of dislocated. I've noticed my head starting to go back into the old pattern after. But it was amazing how long it stayed. That's been weeks. But it's starting to drift against that pattern. It's coming back in. Those are like the main things. But honestly, I also think that just some of it isn't even physical. It's just like an inner clarity. It almost like when you did that and like all the solar flares that happened the week after you did the bridging session on me, it was just like my whole system cleared out. And I had like less brain fog, and I just had more energy and motivation. And I was like, woo. Like basically like things got put in place so the energy could just flow through the system without getting like stuck up against stuff. And
yeah, that's great. That sounds really nice. It sounds peaceful and relaxing. Okay.
Well, thermagist. Yeah, have a good night.
Peace out. Guten Nacht.
Yeah, enjoy the night time.
Okay, so the one by Fawful's Minion. Okay, got it. And then the one that one is first, and Rap Cipher should be watched after. Copy that. Fawful's Minion first. Rap Cipher second. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure I get the videos in order. Okay, here we go. Let's play. I always think I won't be able to hear you guys when I take the headphones off, which is hilarious because you guys aren't talking to me in the headphones. My brain, man, it just makes things up.
Should I take my shoes
off? Yeah, take your shoes off. I'm grateful I didn't have to take my shoes off for tremoring because my shoes stink. I need new shoes in a bad way. Did you ever throw those in the wash? Oh, can you just throw shoes in the wash?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Sneakers? Yeah.
shit, man. I've been missing out all this time. Yeah, these are stinky as hell.
Yeah, throw them in the wash.
Yeah. I
Sometimes
will
also
do that.
they have like inserts that you can pop out as
Mm.
well.
Okie dokie.
Which direction?
So actually, let's do a standing assessment because I didn't get to do that last time, Anya, and there is a standing assessment. And so when I do these movements on you, don't worry about like getting anything right. And at the same time, like you don't need to help anything, but you don't fall over. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. Does it? Okay. It feels very different for your right leg and your left leg. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, now go ahead and get on down. Oh yeah, I'm gonna set up the camera. Okay. Man, this camera's gonna not do what I want it to do. You do the thing. Oh my god. That's pretty good. Okay, scooch that away. Hey, beautiful. Very good, very good. Yeah, first go ahead and bring your hands behind your knees and kind of ball up. You can keep your head on the floor though. And I'm just gonna, again, sway you back and forth. And then, should be coming on this side just for show's sake. Righto.
I mean, I could pull these up more, and then it would roll.
All right, go ahead and straighten your legs. All right, I'll take that wristy boodle. Show everybody my butt. So the assessment itself, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm thankful I'm a functional trainer. I can finagle my way into here. The movements that I'm doing, the assessment's very different. Yeah. Is looking for symmetry. So I'm looking for symmetry or asymmetry. I'm looking for ease or difficulty, right? Because we want basically symmetry and like mid-level, like easiness. Like if it's too easy and floppy, that's a situation. And if it's too stiff, that's a situation, right? And so we want to look for movement that flows, right? So there is a level of stickiness to it almost, but it's not difficult. It's easy. Okay, so. And we're going to be very small space. So then I'm just going to lift the leg. And I go to the other side before I do any other thing on this side because I want to do a direct comparison. And even the assessment movements I do start to shift her body immediately. Just the act of bringing awareness to something shifts it. Okay? Just that simple act. So now I'm going to do a little rotation of her thigh. And then the other side. So to me, righty is feeling a little bit stiffer than lefty. Left rotated a little bit more. And I'm trying to remember. I think left also felt a little bit heavier. Now I'm going to do stoppers. So. Yeah, see, you can see that movement flow all the way to the head, right? And that's really lovely. You got some nice stoppers there. So now I'll go through her core and I'll do something called bubbles, right? And bubbles is seeing how the like abdomen, chest cavity, and head all move together or not. So yeah, that was pretty easy, right? You guys can see that there was a lot of ease in that movement. So I'll get into the next step after we finish the assessment here. Yeah, good shit.
Yeah, it's interesting because it felt like it moves really easily, but like
Yeah. Well, the easy movement is what actually is the access points, right? We are looking for ease as the place that we want to start. So one of my thoughts in my brain was, well, whatever we're doing, we may want to start in the rib cage, right? Because the rib cage is super easy to move right now, and the rib cage has access to all four limbs really easily. So if we're trying to shift something in, Carrie's right arm down to her hand, we wouldn't start in the most sticky spot or the spot that is afflicted, like the arm. We would start in a place that feels really good. It's like an invitation, like foreplay. So I'm just looking for like how easy it is to move her arm in the socket, her wrist. And we're looking for ease, looking for symmetry. Now I'm going to go over to the head. So that was all really nice and easy too. Okay, so Carrie, go ahead and turn onto your tummy. It's tummy time! Tummy time! Yeah, I'll let them know. All right, we're going to test the legs. We're going to do like a frog movement. First, I'm going to bend at the knee. That's another one. Bending at the knee. It's a pretty basic little movement there. And then I'm going to check her hips. Yeah, she's got some nice movement in the middle here. And then I'm going to see about her shoulders. So I'm going to bring my hand around to her pecs and pull back and see what happens there. Cool. And there was asymmetry through the shoulders. And the right shoulder seemed to do a little really funky little move. Coming outward as I was pulling upward. So that's an interesting thing to have experienced as well. Unexpected. Okie dokie. So now I've already run, like the assessment alone probably has done a lot just to like relax Carrie and release some tension, even create some of those connections that I was talking about earlier. But now we're going to actually do the process of the bridging. So, Carrie, I'll have you turn over onto your back. And some of the things we're going to end up retesting are things like the bug, which was the arm and the leg pullover on each side because there was a lot of asymmetry on it. So I'm looking for where did I see asymmetry, because those are the things we want to make sure that we retest, right? And then also I want to think about where were the easy places to move. And also I want to think about what specifically did Carrie want to go to work on today, right? When you've seen somebody again and again and again, sometimes like you take the liberties of going in certain directions just based on like what you know of their history and all that and what you see in their body at that and what they're presenting. But for the most part, like I'll just say like, what are we working on today? And then I'll just go into that direction, right? Most people know like how they're fucked up, right? So there you go. It's as easy as that, y'all. All right, so go ahead and rest your arms out along your side here. And yeah, I'm just gonna very gently come in through the rib cage. Now there's not as much ease through the rib cage, which is okay, right? Shit changes. And what you want to always be aware of is that like when that changes, you can always go somewhere else. Guess what else was really easy to move? Her stopper, right? And so maybe we'll go over to her stoppers instead, since her ribs are a little bit stiffened up right now, and we'll see what we can move there. We're just going to create the movement and flow through here. We see the movement already going through the body, so I'm just going to take it one-sided and start to move her hip here because I'm going on the diagonal. That's the direction the stoppers go. I'm just going to wiggle all that ease all the way up. I feel like I need to create a barrier here. So let me see something. What I'm looking for, right, without giving too much away, is just for something to give, right? So I'm not really seeing anything giving here yet. And what that might look like is more ease coming through this area right here, right? So I might have to come in through another way. I mean, her arm was pretty easy to come in through, but there's clearly something here, hip to waistline, that is not as easy to move. Another thing that would indicate there's a give is like a deep breath, something like that. And once I would see that, I'd be like, okay, like there's an access point there. That's like a relaxation. So we can try up the arm. The arm was not unmovable, right? And so let's see where that brings us. yeah. And so once that breath started coming in, her sweater started swishing a whole heck of a lot more, right? And not with any more effort on my part, just maintaining to the best of my own ability, like my sense of my effort, right? So now we're coming down here. I see movement through here, which is newer. Rest that. I'm going to come back to this. Yay. Okay. Yay. Okay. Yeah, we're a little bit more jiggly now. So now what we do to one side, we have to do the other side. All right? You can't do just one side. So let's go ahead and I'd say the left arm was also pretty mobile, pretty movable. Let's try it on. Okay, so there's a pretty big disconnect on this side. Like I felt like the right shoulder was like a socket right in that shoulder. Oh, okay, and there it goes. All right, so we resolve that. Okay. So basically what I'm going to do now to see if we have a session, right, completed, is I'm going to test out the bug. So here we go. Oh, and also her rock and her roll. Those were also a little bit rough. Okay, so. That was definitely different. The other side was a little bit more, like you're laying and your arm just left everything behind. And then, and still a little heavy hipped there. Yeah, that diagonal right there, that left hip to right shoulder. Go ahead, curl up in a ball. And let's go ahead. It's a little bit better, but again, there's still, in my opinion, there's still a little bit of a disconnect with this one. And then you can tuck yourself rounder if you want. A little bit better, but yeah, so now you can go ahead and relax. I think what I'm probably going to do is end the session there, but if we were in a session together, I would say like, okay, let's do something else, right? Because we're going to continue to look for that symmetry. And so we would just do something else. We'd figure something else out, right? And then we'd retest again. I might have you go on your stomach. I might have you get in the position that you sleep in, right? And go from there, and kind of move your body into neutral through bridging, like have your body lead me out of your sleeping position to neutral, which is kind of neat, which I haven't done really on anybody before because this is all very new to me. But yeah, so that is a little bit of what we Kira killed her business partner. Don't worry, she's alive.
Thank you.
Yeah, and maybe we can try it again tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel like there's like an inner refreshing.
An inner refreshing. Yeah, it feels really good to be bridged. That's for damn sure. I remember the first time I ever had it done, I was like, wow, this is like on par with like getting a really good massage. Like it just feels good. It feels good while you're in it, and it just feels good afterward. All right. So, I'm gonna bounce. I go get something to eat, and when I come back, Kira has killed her business partner. Lies! You turned her into a zombie! Yes, that is what I do. I create people. I create the undead. Oh, so, one of the things I haven't shared with anybody tonight yet is that this week and next week will be the last Friday night streams I do. And I'm going to be doing Thursday streams now in the morning because we're trying to streamline our streams so that we can be more count-onable as a network, right? And you're like, oh, I know that I can go to Chicago Plays at 9 a.m. Every day of the week, and somebody is streaming there. And I like that crew because they're the funniest and the coolest and the smartest and the most attractive. And so that's where I'll be tuning in at 9 a.m. So we're making this change in June. I actually just think it's after the 25th of this month because that's how our pay periods kind of roll. But yeah, so I wanted to let you all know that. Because, yeah, things are shifting. And I hope that's better for you guys. I don't know. I just work here. Which is from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Speaking of incredible 90s things. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure is, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. One of my all-time faves. All right. See diggity dog.
I'm gonna go pee.
You're just gonna go pee. Don't hold it. It's unhealthy. I know. Okay, let's take a look at what videos we have on. Okay, cool. Groovy. Okay. So, we are going to be coming up on. What is this? I'm kind of talking to myself here. So let me get these queued up.
Please consider support.
The videos start when I'm like clicking on them. And I don't want them to. I want them to start when I want them to start. And then I'm going to wait for Carrie to get back. So if she's leaving, we can say goodbye. But if she's staying, she gets to see the entire video. So hold on to your horses. She's coming, all right? And I will hydrate while I wait, and all of you get your refreshments going. So yeah, man, I'm feeling pretty good after this stream tonight, and the tremoring I did a little earlier, and getting to chill and talk to all of y'all. It's been quite the week. It's been a very, very tense week. So I'm ready to let it go. I'm ready to move forward. And I think that there are probably some pretty tough conversations that need to be had between me and my brother, because we did not say nice things to each other today. And we're civil to each other just because, like, I don't speak up to him. So, what up? So, are you sticking around for videos?
How long?
Ooh, that's really long. That's long as shit, man. Fawful's Minion is really long. It's 39 minutes. I'm not gonna be able to make that. I did not look at that. Well, balls. Let me look at some of the other. So yeah, this one I see the rap cipher is 5 minutes, and the one that I was told to do first, Fawful's Minion, is 39 minutes. I'm not going to be
10-minute limit.
there. Well, yeah, I request 10 minutes. I do play beyond 10 minutes, like if it's like pretty short after, or if it's longer, if it's like a 20-minute video. If I'm enjoying it, I'll play it.
There's a 5-minute video now that called How to Be a Person.
How to Be a Person, the
That one
5-minute
sounds
video,
good.
the short story long. Yeah, that sounds like a good video.
Teach me.
Let's go ahead and see what that one's all about. Let's see where. Alfair says, did you? Yeah. Okay, cool. I'll look around for that because I do have other videos queued, but something on a link on one of the videos that we were just on kind of got us curious, and it's called How to Be a Person by Short Story Long. So let's see what this is about. Okay, there's no audio yet, I don't think. Okay, here we go.
How to be a person. 1. Find your voice. Know that not all languages contain words. Your voice could be music, it could be dance. It will be what expresses you most sincerely. Your voice is an art. If your heart is broken, make art with the pieces. 2. Remember that you are an artist. Regardless of how constantly the world will try to drive it out of you,
This
or
is
how
the
a
same guy that
real
did
job
the-
will try to bury the
The
part of
art
this community
cricket.
or feelings when
Oh,
language
okay. I was
fails,
like, this
you
sound like his
are
voice
an
sounds
artist.
familiar. Yeah.
Whether it is with food or building robots, you will know your medium the instant you realize how in love you are with what it brings out of you. 3. Apologize. You will not always be right. You will not always be wrong. You will hopefully always be learning. Atonement is a sacrifice of pride. Explanation of why you did what you did or said what you said will not vindicate you. If the cost to heal someone is only your pride, then apologize and be grateful that you received peace at such a bargain. 4. Forgive. Realize that some people are still learning. If forgiveness is not possible, then think of everything you have ever wanted to be forgiven for but weren't. Hold that uneasiness in your mind until you feel your desire for absolution becoming a wish. Realize you can grant this wish for others. If you are waiting for forgiveness, be prepared to wait. Be prepared to stand in the path of time and wither. Respect that forgiveness is difficult. Not all trespasses are equal, and not everyone will heal according to your schedule. 5. Accept that farting is funny. Granted, not always appropriate and sometimes unpleasant. But if you cannot laugh, if you are more offended by a fart than by war, famine, political corruption, deforestation, racism, sexism, classism, the wrongfully imprisoned, the treatment of women,
Yes, and again,
the foreclosing on
Alpharisis.
homes while banks' debts are forgiven, if a fart offends you more than any of that, then you are not a person and cannot be helped. Join a cult. Have some Kool-Aid. 6. Know that love is a vulnerability, but not a weakness. Love is the volunteer in you that raises its hand and steps forward without needing to be rewarded. Love is a currency that functions in reverse because the only way to be wealthy with it is to give more of it away. 7. Don't laugh to fit in. Laughter should be honest. If there is no sincerity in your joy, then your happiness will be a forgery that fools only yourself. 8. Do not fear to be hated, but be cautious towards those inhabited by hate. You will be hated. Regardless of who you are, what you say, or what you do, You will be hated for your successes or your failures, for good looks or bad looks, for intelligence or stupidity. Hate is the child of the hater, nurtured by the beliefs it has fed. You often will have no control over what you are hated for. Know that antipathy becomes the master of its owner. Know that if you are going to be hated regardless of who you are, then be fearless enough to be who you want to be. Hate is no more eloquently articulated than in the poetry of the expression, not your fucking problem. 9. Try. The tiniest dream that you try to make happen is worth more than the biggest dream you never attempt. 10. Be savagely thankful and continuously in awe of the power you possess. You are alive inside of an endless cosmos with a freedom that shines brightest in the dark. Choices. Your choices belong to you so intimately that they will never leave you. They, unlike the changing nature of love or the failing machinery of our bodies, will never abandon you to time. Good or bad, they will stay always. An antique that shows the future who you were and what you stood for. So know that what you choose to stand for is what will inform you of what you've chosen to stand against. So stand. Let each foot crash land into what you believe and plant them there firmly so they may take root in your convictions. And stand.
Yeah, I should listen to that in the morning.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of steps to being human.
Yeah.
Or being a person, how to be a person. So, it was lovely. All right. Julio. What is it? Are not friends. Iron Warriors and Imperial Fists are not friends. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Here we go. Sarah, friend.
Imperial Fist! Your fortifications are weak! Your structures fall, much like your Primarch! Oh, will you bawl and shriek, Fist? Will you bawl and shriek?
You have a shovel. Archetypal Iron Warrior. Go dig a trench, loser.
I demand to be taken seriously!
No.
Yes!
No.
Yes!
No.
This is exactly why we betrayed the Imperium.
You smell of dirt and entitlement.
I am very bitter, and you are the reason.
I know. And I don't care.
Is he just building that sandcastle that fast? All right.
I should have told him we had basilisks. That's like a win. It's like just a big cannon. You getting behind that thing, though, it's dead. But don't tell anyone.
Bitch, that better be battle-forged.
Oh.
Wow. That was weird and random.
What's that girl with the blue hair?
1 hour of memes.
But it goes real quick.
It goes real quick, like an hour. It goes for an hour. It goes for about an hour. Redeemer, so much for not passing out. What did I miss? I only woke up about 5 minutes ago. Well, you haven't missed too much. We did listen to another poem of the first poet that you sent over. But one of the videos that you sent was almost 40 minutes long. And we watched the whole thing while you passed out. No, I'm kidding. But I'm definitely not going to be on for another 40 minutes. So, and so I'm not really sure if that is 40-minute, if I'm up for a 40-minute video during stream time in general. I like to do a variety of things. Even look at my calendar. My calendar is just like so all over the place. I'm constantly doing like different activities. I think the longest I take on any one thing in my day is an hour and a half. You know, like other than our meetings. But in our meetings, we're talking about a variety of things. So,
Peace out, Alfarius.
bye, Alfarius.
Oh my god.
I'm asleep now. Got to work in 3 hours. In 3 hours,
Oh
get
God.
get your ass to
Oh
bed. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, the Poke Rap was requested by somebody. I do not know who. And then we saw that one, and then the other one. This is the one that you commented. That's what I look like when I've hurt my shoulder. And I don't know what this is here down here. I can't get it out of the way, so I can't see what this is called.
Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind. Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.
Oh, you okay, Dominus, you did. Okay, cool.
追ってくる仲間の名前とスタンド能力を答えねえっつうんならよ、もう片方の目の心配もしていた方がいいなズッケーロさんよ。
Don't do it! Burning his eyeball. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. All right, cool. Let's do these. Let's do these quick short ones so that I can get those in.
Play.
The Pokemon. Okay, I know nothing about Pokemon. Just
I want to be the best there ever was. To beat all the rest, yeah, that's my cause. Electro, Diglett, Nidoran,
I was about to
Mankey,
say.
Venusaur, Rattata, Fearow, Pidgey, Seeking, Jolteon, Dragonite, Ghastly, Ponyta, Vaporeon, shit, I can't do that. Ponyta, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Butterfree. Catch 'em, gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon! I'll search across the. I'll search across. Why does it say?
I don't know
what
what are you doing.
I'll search. I'll search across the land. Look far and wide.
Released from my hand.
That's inside. Venomoth, Poliwag, Nidorino, Golduck, Ivysaur, Grimer, Victreebel, Moltres, Nidoking, Farfetch'd,
Moltres doesn't run with
Slowdog.
Slowdog.
What the fuck is Kingler? I don't remember that one.
Kingler evolves from Krabby.
Yeah. Oh,
How many
Kingler,
were there?
Rhyhorn, Clefable, Wigglytuff.
You didn't do it right. He says Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff! Wigglytuff! He goes, whoa! Wigglytuff! Oh! Catch 'em, catch 'em.
Look at that one!
Ew! Pokemon! Zubat, Prime.
Check out those lips now. There's no Zubat.
Zubat, Primate, Meowth, Onyx, Geodude, Rapidash, Megaton.
You're fucking it up. That's how he says it.
Let him do it. Tangela, Goldeen,
You say
Spearow.
ding dong, tingalo.
Razor Shield, Garda, Slow, bro. I remember that part. You're
fool.
Kabuto, Persian, Paras, Horsey.
Panuto.
Kabuto!
Panuto.
Naruto!
Panetta.
Ah, my nose! So each.
Are you okay? Is your nose bleeding, Chris?
Horsey, Raticate, Magnemite, Kadabra.
There's no minion.
Weeping Bell!
Minion might.
Ditto, Cloyster, Caterpie, Sandshrew, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Golem.
See, they could be totally lying to me about all this too. I wouldn't know the difference, but I do know that there are many
My
characters.
Destiny.
Just keep going. Don't even care. Like.
Alakazam, Duduo, Venonan, Mancho. Skibbly diddly diddly do. Genghis-Khan, Hypno, Electabuzz, Flareon.
It's Kangaskhan, not Genghis Khan.
Kazakhstan, Hypno, Electabuzz, Flareon. Blastoise, Purlywall, Oddish, Drowsy. Raichu,
Poorly
Queen
Whirl.
Bellsprout, Starmie! Then he says, woo! We're at the halfway point. Oh my God, there's more.
Shake out those lips. Now listen real
Wow.
good.
Wow.
Break
I
time's
didn't
over.
realize
Here
I
we
was
go.
listening to characters.
Metapod,
Damn.
Marowak,
Catacomb.
Kakuna, Clefairy, Dodrio, Sidra, Valafloom, Krabby,
Leave him alone. I like this. Let him go.
Lickitung, Tauros, Weedle, Nidoran, Machop, Shelter, Porygon. It's my turn.
Today.
Gotta cut them all. Chule.
Mama!
Articuno, Jinx. It is the fucking.
It's not Chicken Mama. It's Sugar Mama.
I said Sugar Mama.
Articuno,
You said
Jinx,
Chicken
Nidorina,
Mama.
Beedrill,
Chicken
Haunter,
Mama?
Squirtle, Chansey,
Look at the Ewok.
Pokemon. What? It just fills it in with Pokemon? It just fills this in with Pokemon. It goes Articuno, Jinx, Nidorina, Beedrill, Haunter, Squirtle.
no
Listen
Because that's
listen
when
what it
goes,
does.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
It goes Haunter, Squirty, Chansey.
Squirty Chan.
I don't remember.
Oh, I'm gonna
I don't remember Paris Sect. Is that the evolution of Paris?
Yeah.
Evolution.
Execute Mach, Dogong. Pidgeotto, Lapras, Vulpix, Rhydon.
You said mock.
Thanks a lot.
At least 150 or more to see to be a Pokemon Master is my destiny.
Destiny.
Charizard, Machop, Pinsir, Coughing,
Fucking
Dugtrio, Golbat, Staryu, Magikarp,
menu.
Ninetales, Ekans, Omastar. Oh yeah, Omastar.
Scyther, Tentacle, Dragonair, Magmar. And he says, whoa, catch your lips, breath, man, shaking those lips. It's downhill from here, only 20 more to go.
It is downhill from here.
Sandslash, Hitmonlee, Psyduck, Arcanine, Eevee,
Eggplant.
Kabutops, Zapdos,
Flower.
Dratini, Gorel, Mime,
Milk.
Cubone, Graveler, Voltorb, Gloom.
Pretty impressive. I wonder how many people created that many
Gotta cut 'em all.
characters.
Then he
Right.
says, Chameleon,
I'm sure
Wartortle,
there's
Mewtwo,
been
Tentacool,
creators.
Articuno.
No, you
Yes.
fucked up. He just Wartortle.
Okay, so it's
Charmeleon.
Wartortle, Mewtwo, Tentacle, Aerodactyl, Almanite, Slowpoke, Pidgeot, Arbok. That's all, folks!
and he then he goes. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Next animation will be simpler because holy fuck. So I take it that this person. Oh, it's over. That this. No, okay. That was all original animation too, or because I was assuming it was from the regular Pokemon game. So, pretty impressive if that was original artwork. Frog. Hello, Ox the Dream Wolf. What is up? Alfair says, unique jokes and parodies is honestly impressive. Yeah, I don't really know the Pokemon stuff really at all, but I do know is that I was introduced to when I was first introduced to it, and I realized how many actual characters were in the Pokemon world. I was floored, and I was like, wow, and it's all.
None of it was from a Pokemon.
No, none of it was. Hydrate. Okay. So I'm going to be starting to wrap up my stream here. Oh, what? Redeemer? Are you kidding me? Holy shit nuggets. That's a lot. Let me see what else. An hour 13. No. This one was 30. Yeah, I kind of reject, and I'm sorry if you put in a video that was like, there were a few videos that were requested that were like in the 30-minute range, and I just don't got that in me. It's a lot. That's a lot of staring at a screen, for me, continuously. So speaking of, I'm going to end us on a little somatic movement, a really simple movement that everybody can really enjoy together. No, Redeemer, you didn't miss any of your videos. No worries. And one of them, when you were off, by the way, I don't know if you didn't hear me. When you were off, I almost went to play one of your videos, but it was 39 minutes long, and I just knew that I wasn't going to be on for 39 more minutes. JSYK. Okay. Julio, and it was the whatever's minion, the Fawful's minion. And then the cipher rap was only 5 minutes long, but I know you wanted me to watch the first video first. So, but that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and just to kind of close out our day today. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't need this. Let's just close out our day because it's getting late for me. I was up at 4:30 this morning because I'm insane and I don't sleep. I don't sleep that well. And it sucks, but it's a thing. So let's go ahead and come to the front of your chair, or maybe you're laying down on your sofa. You could, stay in that position or sit up. This movement specifically, and I've shown it on here before, but it's just a really good one to do. Is best done when you're seated upright in gravity, but you can do this lying down. And start to, if you're seated, feel into your feet and notice just even like how the bottom of your feet feel against whatever material they're touching. And if you can close your eyes during this exploration, great. If not, no worries. But just really feel into however your bottom of your feet are touching the surface beneath it. Maybe if you're in tennis shoes or shoes, you can feel like or imagine the encapsulation of the foot in the shoe and then feel the sole of the shoe beneath you. Could you feel even, more specifically in regard to the sock around your foot and how might you describe how your sock feels on your foot? Notice if your feet are on the floor in a symmetrical way or if there's asymmetry, not the same. And if you're lying down, right, you can do the same thing with your legs and your feet for that matter. And just start to notice any sensations that go through the feet, any desire to wiggle, maybe. And don't deny that desire. And start to, with your mind's eye, draw up toward your ankles. And maybe you can even move your ankles around a little bit. What might it feel like to flex the ankle in the front, flex it in the back, so coming up to toes, coming up to heels, maybe over to one side, over to the other. What if you drew circles on the soles of your feet, all the way around the soles? Which way do you draw those circles? What way did your system decide to draw the circles with your feet? Do they go in opposite directions, the same direction? And then reverse directions of both feet as you circle your bottom of your foot around. And notice how that feels. And then you can bring your feet to a rest. And then bringing awareness up the leg, drawing the line up into the knee. Notice how the knees feel. Again, if you're lying down, same thing. Just notice how your knees feel. Do you feel pressure in your knee? Do you feel tension in your knee? Maybe in the back of your knee? Do they feel the same or different? And then bringing your awareness up your leg, imagining that powerful, that big femur bone coming from the knee, sliding all the way up into that ball and socket joint, up in the hip. And as you bring your awareness up your leg, notice how your leg and your butt touches the chair or touches the surface beneath you. Notice how there's symmetry or not. Can you sense that there's one more weight on one side than the other? Does it feel the same? Notice the positioning of your tailbone. Does your tailbone tuck under? Does it feel like it's pointing straight down? Does it flip out? And then bringing your awareness into the low back, belly region, and notice your posture here. Sense into whether or not your posture is holding tension. And just as a little hint, if you're slumping forward in your posture, that means you're holding tension in the front of your body. right? Now, if you're arching your back, that's like a little more obvious, right? But yeah, if you're slumped in the low back and in the abdomen, you might be tight, or I would assert you are tight through the abdomen, right? So feel into that. Notice, does one side of your body, right to left, front to back, feel longer or shorter than any other part of your body? What does it feel like to bring or try to balance those into neutral? And then bringing your awareness up through the rib cage. And again, are you noticing in your rib cage, front to back, side to side, that there's symmetry or asymmetry? Do your shoulders feel like they're straight across from one another? Does one feel forward or back? And feeling your arms down, hanging from the shoulder joint. Are you noticing tension in your shoulders at all? Do your arms hang heavily, or is there a hold? See if you could let go. And then bring your awareness up into your neck and into your head. What position is your head taking? Does it feel turned? Does your chin feel lifted or tucked? And then when you're ready, gently shrug your shoulders towards your ears, like you're saying, I don't know. And then pause. And notice if there's anything holding tension, maybe in your belly, maybe in your hip or your sides, that could let go and release a little bit as you do this. And then as slowly as you can, I want you to allow the shoulders to begin to drop. And as slowly as you possibly can, smooth out all the jumpy, jerky, shaky on the way down until you come completely to neutral and relaxed. Take a deep breath. Now when you're ready, I want you to very gently pull your shoulders down, and I want you to pull them down toward your hips. So pull your shoulders down toward your hips, and I want you to feel underneath your armpits. I want you to notice that as you pull your shoulders down, your armpit muscles activate. Go ahead, gently release that activation of armpit muscle. You can even shrug up just a little bit if you want to get a little bit more spaciousness there. You can do that. And let's do that just one more time. Gently pull shoulders down, activate armpits. Notice anything else that doesn't seem necessary. My hip flexors are super tight. I'm going to see if 10 seconds and release those. And then slowly release that. You can even come past neutral and just do a gentle shrug up. And then just come back to neutral and relax. So we're going to look for that armpit tension on our way up, right? And the armpit tension pulls the arm down. And so when we're shrugging our arm up, we want to be sure to let go of the pulling tension from the other side, right? So let's bring our awareness into that mechanism. So very gently shrug your shoulders towards your ears, pause, and see if you can release anything in armpit. My armpits are having a hard time releasing today. But even noticing that they're tense, like, oh yeah, okay. And then very slowly, very smoothly. Go as slow as you can. To resting. Taking a deep breath. And we'll just do one more of those. On a nice, relaxing inhale, inhale. Shrugging up, pause. Check on those underpits. See if there's anything else you could let go of. My low back is a little stiffy stiff. I'm going to let that go. Butt cheeks, face, and then slowly, smoothly release. Just take a moment to relax and breathe. Start to do the same journey from soles of feet. Just see, do my feet feel different on the floor? Can I sense more of my foot in my shoe or in my sock? What about my ankles? What if I drew a circle with the bottom of my foot or drew a circle with my feet, right? Because if you're lying down, it's just drawing a circle with your feet. I go in the same direction again. Did I change it up? And then go in the opposite direction and just feel how it feels to go in the opposing direction of your initial automatic. And then you can go ahead and rest. And then feel up the leg and into the knee. Notice anything that feels different in the knee. Maybe they feel the same. Maybe they feel different from each other. Maybe you can sense more. Feeling up the leg. Notice any tension in the hips. I just noticed a little bit more in my low back. Releasing. Notice the positioning of your sacrum, your tailbone. And coming up. The waistline. Noticing front, back, side to side. One side feels shorter. Right? And pleasantly say that my front side feels a little more opened up. That's kind of fun. And then feeling up into the shoulders here. Through the arms. How do they feel? Heavy? Still held? Notice the shoulders. Is there anything there you can still release? Bringing awareness up through the neck and into the positioning of your head. And the relaxation or maybe tension in your face. Continue to relax now and now and now. And then when you're ready, you can bring yourself back to the room around you. You can look around before you come directly back to the screen. Directly back to the screen if that's what you're comfortable doing. So that's just a really quick little relaxation practice that just shifts the entire system. And Redeemer, I know that you said you had to get going because you had already been falling asleep. And yes, definitely try it in the morning. And then let me know how it went. So we're going to get going. I think most of you are all asleep, which we should go do too.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I know this day. I shouldn't say I never sleep well. I had a couple of nights of good sleep this week, but thank you all for sharing with us and letting us talk at you and talking back at us. We love you all. Be good to one another.
Cut it.